The following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports.
Four receivers out right side of the field. On that far side, Lounsbury will take the snap. Draws back to pass. Now he floats it with the man, Stanley. Caught! Touchdown! Governors! An extra point away from a tie.
It's time for Pierre Governor playoff action on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Beck Motors, Branding Iron, Karsten Erickson Roofing, Ferding Electric, and River Bottom Sanitation.
Coming out the timeout, Elijah Bucci with the snap. He goes left side. Down to the end zone. He did! Touchdown Governors! They've got the lead with 8 seconds to go.
Pierre Governors are also brought to you by American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Faith Lutheran Church, Kruger Climate Systems, First National Bank, and Wagner Auto.
Sheldon will lose the ball. The Pierre Governors, they fall on it. They're going to the dome. The Governors score with 8 seconds remaining, and they win it 14-9.
And now to the booth for the call with the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
And we welcome you to Hollister Field as we get set for the first round of the 11 AA playoffs. John Winkler with you. Blake Dean will join us here in just a moment as the Governors take on this TRA Titans team. The number 3 seed, Pierre Governors, who went 6-3 against the number 6 seed TRA Titans, who went 5-4 in the regular season. It was the Governors that won their last 3 games, the TRA Titans who lost their last 3 games of the season. But as Coach Steele has talked about earlier this morning, if you read the story on KCCRradio.com or listened this morning on KCCR, it's a new season. Records don't matter at this point. All records are thrown out, and it's about being 1-0 this weekend. You have to be able to be 1-0 this week to get to that semifinal. It doesn't take your best game, but it has to be better than the other team's game. And the T-Titans will come in. They're going to look to run the football. This is a team that likes to run the football. They have rushed for almost 1,700 yards overall. They have passed for just under 700 over the course of the season, so about 1,000 yards rushing more than passing. They're going to be a team that will like to run the football, and they're going to use a lot of different guys to make that happen. You're going to see Cade Karleski, Mitch Grant will run, Carter Brown will run, Hayden Belas will run as well. So it will be a heavy dose of a lot of different guys that will run the football for this TRA Titans team. With the Pierre Governors on the other side, they're going to be looking to pass the ball, especially early on, and trying to beat the press coverage and the man coverage that T likes to go with defensively. The Governors are going to look to air the ball out maybe early on and try and get some big plays early on to jump out to a quick lead. And not going to coast. You're not going to coast, but be able to pick up a big lead and force T out of the game that they want to do. It's going to be this first quarter, again, won't win or lose you a football game, but it is something that if the Governors can get T out of their game quicker, the better off success of the Governors will be tonight. If T can stay in that game and can run and ground and pound and take time off the clock, the harder it's going to be for the Pierre Governors to get their win tonight against the T-Titans here in the 3 versus 6 contest. There's one other game that will be starting at 6 o'clock for 11 AA. It'll be Brandon Valley and Yankton and Spearfish. The top seed Yankton taking on the 8 seed Spearfish. We've got one game that will be final, a second game that will be closing in on being a final. As you look at if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, you can see the bracket with the Governors and T-Titans on top of that bracket right now. That's the 3-6 matchup. The winner of this game will face the winner of the 2-7 game, Huron and Brookings. If Huron wins, the Governors or Titans will travel to Huron. If the Brookings Bobcats win, the winner of this game will be hosting next week, Friday, in the semifinals. The other matchup, Sturgis and Watertown, the 4-5 contest, and the top seed Yankton takes on the 8 seed Spearfish, as I alluded to. Those other 2 games, which will be Huron and Brookings, and then Sturgis and Watertown, and those will be 7 o'clock Central Time kickoffs here tonight across the state. We'll have scores from around the state as we go along here this evening, but a fun matchup here. It's been a couple years since these 2 teams met, and when they met, it was a really rainy, cold, misty, just a horrible weather night type of a game. The Governors were able to get a win. It's much more favorable condition. It will be windy this evening, but it will be much more favorable conditions here between the Pierre Governors and the TRA Titans coming up tonight from Hollister Field. It is the first round of the 11 AA playoffs. Again, the 3 wins, wins the 11 AA state championship, and the Governors, who had won 7 straight, been there 8 straight years, looking to get back for a 9th straight year, win their 8th of the last 9 overall for 11 AA. And it all starts tonight against this T-Area Titans team. When we come back, we will start our conversations with our coaches, talking to both Coach Scott Fry of the T-Area Titans and then Steve Steele of the Pierre Governors. Back in 3 minutes, talking with Coach Fry after this. You listen to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Hello, friends. This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota. The Pierre Governors are ready for the football playoffs, and we're ready to cheer them on. Time to get loud, time to get proud. Heading to the game, Beck Motor Company has the perfect Chevy to get you there in style. From the family-friendly Equinox to the power-packed Silverado to the spacious Traverse, we've got your ride covered no matter where the game takes you. And whether you need a quick oil change or a new set of tires, Beck Motor Company has got you and your ride ready for whatever's next. Go Pierre Govs. Beck Motor Company is your trusted local Chevy dealership for all your automotive needs. You know that feeling when you're exactly where you're meant to be? That's what it feels like to bank at First National Bank Pierre. We're not some big faceless corporation. We're your neighbors. We're the people you see at the grocery store, at the local ball game. We're committed to helping this community grow one person at a time. Need a loan for your new home? Or maybe you're starting that business you've always dreamed of. Our team is here ready to listen and help you find the right financial solution. Because at First National Bank in Pierre, we believe in hometown banking. Visit us at one of our 2 locations in Pierre or our Fort Pierre location. First National Bank, your hometown bank. As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Scott Fry of the T-Area Titans as we get set for the 11 AA matchup between Pierre and T. Coach, playoff time has rolled around, 9 games in the season, obviously getting through that regular season. What's one thing here as we get rolling into this? So one thing that stands out about this T-Titans team for you that has been successful over the course of the 9 games?
Well, everybody has, but we've had our share of injuries that we dealt with, and outside of a couple of games, we've hung in there. Yeah, we've lost a few that we thought we should have won, but the kids seem to be resilient. Seem to be looking forward to basically, like I told them halfway through the season. A normal football season, there's 3 parts. There's the beginning, then the second half, and then there's playoffs. So they seem to be looking forward to the third part. So I hope that carries through.
Well, and you mentioned too, some of these games that maybe you felt like you should have won, but you look at your last three opponents of Watertown, Yankton, and Washington, all over 500. Yankton's obviously the number one team in 11 AA. Some teams might have an easier end to the regular season. This is obviously a tough one for the Titans, but is it good to have those battle tests right at the end of the season compared to maybe seeing those three teams at the beginning of the season and not so much at the end of the season?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you can look at it either way. You can look at it, the tougher last part of the season is going to prepare you for that playoff run, or, unfortunately for us, like I said, we've lost a couple, so I don't know where our confidence is at, to be honest with you. Or so the other way is you go out and have a little bit easier time, maybe rest some of your kids that need resting, gain confidence. So it's kind of 50-50 there.
This Pierre team, you guys did not play each other this season, didn't play each other last year at all in the regular season or in the playoffs. So it's a brand new team for both sides. So, in 11 AA, there's a lot of times where you end up playing a same team twice in the playoffs, but only having this now the first time that you'll see Pierre, what's the advantage and disadvantage of being the one and only time that you see the Governors this year?
Well, I don't know if there's really an advantage. I mean, Coach Steele knows what we're going to want to do. We don't know what they want to do. So I mean, we haven't played each other for a while. I mean, but still offensively, he's pretty 50-50 run pass. We're probably a little heavier run game. Both going to play solid defense that's fast and physical and flying around. So even though we haven't played each other, I mean, we're scout teams. We see each other. So I mean, we kind of know what each other's going to be doing. So.
What maybe stands out the most to you about this Pierre Governor team than maybe years past, that when you look at them on film, that kind of stands out to you?
So I know they've got three really good receivers. I mean, Terwilliger's pretty good. The number 7 kid, I can't remember what his name is, and then 13. They're all three pretty good. The quarterback does a good job. He'll scramble between these two, and they do a great scramble drill. And then their running game is above average, so you can't really. They're going to shut one down and then want to concentrate on the other. You got to kind of be ready for everything.
Your team that you mentioned, maybe a little bit more run heavy than other teams might be. But when you look at the stats, and obviously the stats don't tell the whole story, and all that stuff. But you have a lot of guys that run the football and can run the football well on paper. How good is that to have different guys that you can go to at different times and be able to run the football and keep teams maybe depending on how you line up, depending on what formation you do or who goes in motion, how nice is that to be able to go to different guys but keep defenses honest and not just have one guy to continuously hand the ball off to.
Yeah, that's kind of the way we've been since I came on with Coach Claiborne. It's great to have one kid that can rush for 1,200-1,300 yards, but it's rather have three that rush for 800 or 500 apiece. You know what I mean? That way, defenses can't key on one guy, and if they key on one, then the other two are there, or other three, whatever it may be. So our goal is to have, we like having that back that we can count on. We also like having three guys that the defenses have to worry about, and that makes them prepare a little bit different during the week.
You're talking with Coach Fry here of the T-Titans as we get set for our matchup tonight between the Pierre Governors and the T-Titans in the 11 AA quarterfinals. Going into the playoffs and obviously being one and done, the emphasis of playing your three best games, or at least playing your best game right now. What's kind of been the mindset for these guys and for the coaching staff to talk to these guys for the T-Titans to make sure everything's all systems go and knowing what's on the line going into tonight?
Well, we've talked to them earlier in the week about, like I said, this right, to be honest with you, it's a brand new season. Everybody's 0-0. Yeah, we may have to go on the road for three games, but I mean, it's just not anything different than starting your season on the road for 3 games in a row. So, yeah, we're the 6th seed and we're traveling the 3 seed. But like I told everybody I talked to, and even our kids that we've talked about it, AA seems to have so much parity that, basically it's a brand new season and we open on the road. That's how we got to look at it, and we got to start the new season 1-0.
And obviously, not to tip your hand on your gameplay or anything like that, but being a more of a run-first team, is it something that you guys want to control the clock here tonight and want to maybe start on offense if you can, or just want to be able to I wouldn't say slow things down, but but control the who's got the ball on the offensive clock, or is it going to be, somewhat of a normal or a faster-paced offense, even if you run the ball a lot?
Well, it's all right. We've said since day one, for the first day of the season, I don't know if we're going to be capable of winning, going away. But if we win, it's going to be because we control the ball, we dictate pace of play. I mean, we're going to control the time of possession. Hopefully, limit our turnovers so we can control what's going on, and give the other team the least amount of chances to score. That's how we're going to be successful. And we have been successful in games. That's what we've done.
Two more questions. First, injury reports, if there's anything to pass along going into the first round through the first 9 games. How's everybody doing, holding up going into week 1 of the playoffs?
We've lost Brother Conrad again for the year, but good thing is this time of year, for being game 10, basically, we're getting everybody but him back. So.
And then biggest key here, final question, biggest key for the T-Titans to get the win tonight over the Pierre Governors?
Just stay out of our own way. Do what we do and stay out of our way.
Sounds good. Coach, I appreciate the time. It was fun talking to you. It's a fun time of the year at the playoffs. I appreciate it, and good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
That's head coach Scott Fry of the T-Area Titans. Back with more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is your roof ready for the next South Dakota storm? Don't wait till it's too late. For over 25 years, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction has been serving Central South Dakota with quality roofing and construction. He has now added gutters. We offer dependable service, guaranteed workmanship, and no unnecessary flash or fuss. Just reliable protection for your home. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction. Experience you can trust. Call today, 605-280-8133. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, serving Central South Dakota for over 25 years.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
It's just something about the smell of coffee and caramel rolls in the morning. Every time we go to the Branding Iron Bistro, I remember why it's our go-to. It's not just a meal, it's an experience. The food is always fantastic. It's the best breakfast and lunch in town. And the atmosphere, warm, friendly, and always welcoming. Your next favorite breakfast and lunch are waiting. Taste the tradition. Find your table at the Branding Iron Bistro. The Branding Iron Bistro. Quality branded right.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local family-owned full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in South Dakota. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Rob!
Yeah!
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors, as we get set for the 11AA first round between the Pierre Governors and the T-Area Titans. Coach, you come in, and one of the two teams you didn't play in 11AA is your first round opponent. And you didn't play them last year. You played them a couple years ago in the regular season in a sloppy, nasty weather game. But when you look at film, watching this team, Are we looking at something similar to what the TRA Titans were a couple years ago? Is there a lot of different changes to it? Is it still kind of the same basis from what you remember a couple years ago?
Yeah, I mean, and most of it's still pretty much the same. They have a few more things they do on offense. They go in the gun a little bit, which they hadn't really done in the past. Yeah, I mean, you'll see a lot of the same formations you saw back then. Offensively, defensively, you'll see a very aggressive team that wants to focus on stopping the run. A lot of man coverage, and like I said, it should be a battle.
Both teams are kind of trending the other way right now, going into the playoffs, where T has lost 3 straight to end the regular season. You guys won 3 straight to end the regular season. Obviously, being in the playoffs, you're probably not even looking at what. Other than, again, recent film, just in general film, you're not really looking at the trends of anybody because it's a brand new season starting tonight.
Yeah, records are irrelevant right now. Really the only thing that matters is a win. However it happens, no win's a bad win at this point. And I think they feel the same way. Ultimately, like I said, how you're doing, how anything that has gone doesn't really matter when we get to this point. All that matters is what happens here tonight.
Last week against Douglas in the blowout win, you were able to get different guys in the game, get the starters out, be able to move things around, look at different guys at quarterback, look at different guys at receiver, look at different running backs that all could be at some point useful in the playoffs. But how good was that to end the regular season the way that you guys were able to do that last Thursday?
Yeah, it was important, just because we preserved health. We didn't lose anybody we weren't anticipating having, so that part's good. We trialed a couple things. Some looked really good, and you'll probably see them again. Some not so good, but at the same point in time, I think we've got a pretty good understanding of where we are, our skills that we have to work with, and hopefully we can put them to good use.
This T team likes to run the football, and they can run it to success, but they don't score a lot of points. How important is it for the defense to be able to get off the field? Again, if T takes the ball first, their first possession, whatever, as the game goes on, how important is it for the Governor defense to get off the field and limit the time of possession for T tonight?
Yeah, first downs will just be crucial for our defense. If they can win first down, then that really changes what T wants to do second into third down. So if we can get them off schedule early, and again, that's throughout the course of a drive, you got to win a first down. That's what it really becomes. Getting them off schedule, force them into throwing situations, and then finding ways to get off the field.
One of the good things from last year's team to this year's team is there's a lot of guys that return from last year, regardless of if they're in the same position or not. Knowing this first round of playoffs and it's a brand new season, the nerves might be there a little bit to start the game, but most of these guys are pretty veteran guys at this point that you probably don't feel like there's going to be a lot of nerves on the side of both the offense and the defensive side for the Governors.
Yeah, I think the guys are pretty comfortable. Obviously there's going to be more stress involved, with win or go home nature. But at the same point, I think our guys are pretty used to that pressure, and I think hopefully they'll be comfortable in it here tonight and thrive under it.
Being at home again, next week's not guaranteed. Obviously, things can go your way to be at home. You're not looking forward to playing Huron, not looking forward to playing Brookings because you got to get past T first. But being at home here, knowing that, again, whether it's the last one or not, how important it is to be in front of these fans in Hollister Field tonight.
Yeah, it's a huge thing to not have to travel. Thursday game especially, with the routine already being off. It's good not to have to go on the road. But, again, all we want is a game next week. We don't care where it is, who it's against. We just got to go earn it here tonight.
Biggest key for the Governors to get the win tonight against T?
Yeah, I think a fast start will be important, but I think defensively we got to win first down, and offensively, we've got to convert when we get our shots and have opportunities at big plays. Those big plays need to be for points, not for yards.
Coach, appreciate the time as always. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, John.
That's head coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors, back with more of the pregame show after this year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Hello, friends. This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. a beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our Pierre athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota. The Pierre Governors are ready for the football playoffs, and we're ready to cheer them on. Time to get loud, time to get proud. Heading to the game, Beck Motor Company has the perfect Chevy to get you there in style. From the family-friendly Equinox to the power-packed Silverado to the spacious Traverse, we've got your ride covered no matter where the game takes you. And whether you need a quick oil change or a new set of tires, Beck Motor Company has got you and your ride ready for whatever's next. Go Pierre Govs! Beck Motor Company is your trusted local Chevy dealership for all your automotive needs. You know that feeling when you're exactly where you're meant to be? That's what it feels like to bank at First National Bank Pierre. We're not some big faceless corporation. We're your neighbors. We're the people you see at the grocery store, at the local ball game. We're committed to helping this community grow one person at a time. Need a loan for your new home? Or maybe you're starting that business you've always dreamed of. Our team is here ready to listen and help you find the right financial solution. Because at First National Bank in Pierre, we believe in hometown banking. Visit us at one of our 2 locations in Pierre or our Fort Pierre location. First National Bank, your hometown bank. As we welcome you back, we are getting set for a kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the T-Titans in the 3-6 matchup at 11 AA. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as we start to get set. Starters are being introduced. We'll go through those here in just a second. But Blake, this is 2 kind of contrasting offenses going at it, and can Pierre score at will, or at least be able to score quickly, or is T going to be able to control the football? I think the opening coin toss might be a huge thing in this game on who gets the ball first. That's going to be one of the big keys is who wins the opening coin toss.
Yeah, it really will come down to something like that, because these are 2 teams, to your point, that have very contrasting styles of how they want to attack offensively. T very run heavy. They've been run heavy for as long as I can remember them being in Class AA, John. They're very run forward on the offensive side of the ball, and Pierre obviously very pass heavy since Steve Steele has taken over as the head coach of the Pierre Governors. So very contrasting styles as far as that goes, and this will be definitely a matchup of who controls the ball for longer periods of time and who can get down the field and score quickly, because as on top of those contrasting styles, you can score pretty quickly when you throw the ball, or you can chew up a lot of clock and a lot of yardage when you run the ball effectively and consistently. So we'll see what this coin toss brings, but Pierre and T always provides fun football, especially when it's playoff football.
We do have a studio update from Wyatt Barichka, as we'll have studio updates throughout the night. We'll send it over to him here real quick.
Thanks, John. It's going to be an exciting night for postseason football, and I do have one final to report to you. As Del Rapids St. Mary's would defeat Karsika Stickney 56-6. The Cardinals now awaiting the 2 teams who were in the state championship game from a year ago. It's the Fulton area Trojans taking on the Sully Butte Chargers beginning at 7 o'clock tonight in Fulton. DT Meyer is on the call on Country 95.3 and online at Country 95. 100.3 Sports. The game for the Governors, if they were to win, to pay attention to is Huron versus Brookings. If the Governors win, they'll take on the winner of those two teams next week. And the 11 AA other games, Yankton will take on Spearfish at 6 o'clock, and Sturgis Brown and Watertown will kick off at 7 o'clock. Some other games to know as well for this evening is Phillip taking on Esmish. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff. And Wall, the number 1 seed, is taking on Castlewood. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff as well. John, we'll keep you updated with other area local teams tonight as well and give you some upsets if there are any brewing. If there's one thing about postseason football, anything can happen. John and Blake, back to you. We'll be back in a little bit with some updates around the state.
We appreciate Wyatt sending those studio updates. We'll have more as we go along here this evening from Wyatt. And as he mentioned, 56-6, Del Rapids St. Mary got the win earlier today. They played a 3 o'clock game as the Pierre Governors win the coin toss, but they will elect to defer to the second half. So the T-Titans will get the ball to start this ball game, and it will be this Titan offense, which is a run-heavy team, and we're going to see guys. Mitch Grant is the starting quarterback, Cade Korleski, Carter Brown, Hayden Belas, that will be also running the football, and then, of course, you have to watch out for Griffin Wiebinga, who stands at 6'4", 190 junior. He's their go-to receiver as well, so this T offense can hit you with different guys running the football, and Griffin Wiebinga, one of the best receivers in the state. Obviously, the Governors will counter with a guy of Carter Schuffelbein, who is closing in on maybe breaking some records before the end of the season, especially if the Governors get 3 more games, including this one. So this is going to be a lot of fun. 11 AA playoff, every game should be fun to this point, and especially if the Governors are going to get wins, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is the time of year where you want to be playing your best football, and Pierre obviously comes into this game riding a 3-game win streak against teams of the caliber of Spearfish, Sturgis, who are 2 playoff teams, and then Douglas, whereas T comes into this ball game having lost 3 consecutive ball games, their most recent one being against Sioux Falls, Washington last week. So 2 teams kind of heading in different directions as far as things go, but it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out, because T, like Coach Steele talked about in the pregame, none of that really matters at this point. This is kind of a matter of the season starts over now, and so all of that kind of washes away, whether you come in playing well or whether you come in playing not so well. This is the time of year where all that gets thrown out the window, and all that matters is who comes out on top tonight.
Devin Rhodes is back deep to return the kickoff. Carter Templeton will be doing the kicking. It is 6 o'clock at KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Templeton will have to put the ball back on the tee. Though the wind is going to play a little bit of a factor. Maybe it calms down as the night goes on, but they've already got getting Eli Nichols that will be holding the ball for Carter Templeton. So they will. Nichols is going to have to be on the other side. He moved to the, which would have, because Templeton kicks right-footed. He moved to the left-footed kicker. So Templeton will kick this one away. 11 AA playoffs will be starting tonight here at Hollister Field. The winner will take on Huron or Brookings next week, Friday in the semifinals, and we are underway as Templeton will kick this one deep. It will be received out around the 5-yard line, out to the 20, the 25, trying to make a cut. It's going to be down to the 30-yard line, and that is where T will take over. Devin Rhodes gets it out to around the 31-yard line, and it will be the T-Titans. Their first possession here in the ball game. Mitch Grant, who missed some time with an injury, also had Dashel Lowry that had missed time or was playing, and he got hurt last week. So they've kind of bounced around these 2 quarterbacks, and Mitch Grant will be the one that will be the guy to end up being the one to take the snaps. They do that wing T offense. 3 guys that will be, the 2 wings with the 1 man in the backfield. Korleski is the one that's on the near side. As they will go from under center, they hand it off, coming up near side. Good opening run for a T, and they'll get a first down as the handoff was given to Carter Brown, and Brown will get a gain of 13, and it's out of the 43-yard line, an early first down for the T-Titans.
Yeah, the T runs an offense that they run a back in the backfield directly behind the quarterback, and then they have those 2 kind of up backs where you can hand it off to them, run in either direction, and that time the handoff was to Carter Brown, to your point. And he runs from his post on the right side of the line off left tackle, and he's able to pick up 13 and a first down for the Titans.
Now they'll go shotgun here this time. Korleski will get the handoff. They'll go out right side, going outside the tackle. Porter Hunsley trying to get to him. He's able to slow him up. Then he's going to be thrown down by Aiden Beam. A gain of 2 to the 45. And second down and 8. Good rally to the tackle for the Pierre Governors on the Korleski's first run of the ball game.
Yeah, nice job by Porter Hunsley there to kind of string out Korleski as he tried to bounce it outside of the right side of the line, and a good job of rally tackling there by Aiden Beam for only a gain of 2 for the Govs on that first down run by Korleski.
10:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Second down and 8 from the Governor, or make the T 45-yard line. Man goes in motion. Jet sweep here near side. As it is Brown that gets it. Hunsley runs into him. Brown's able to fall forward for another gain of 2 to the 47. And it'll be third down and medium here. And the T offense, what they like to do of running the football, if they can pick up 3 to 4 yards, it's doable for a fourth down at midfield. It kind of turns into 4-down territory if it's a positive play for the Titans.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is maybe the territory, if they do throw a pass, where they look for Griffin Wiebinga. He's lined up on the far right side of the field in one-on-one coverage.
3 men in the backfield, that wing T offense from under center. It'll be a quick handoff. Actually, Grant will keep it himself. He cuts it back. He's going to get to that first down marker, and I think he might be short of the sticks by a half a yard. And Mitch Grant kept it that time, his first run of the night, and it's going to be fourth down and 1.
Yeah, that's a good read there by Grant. He looked like the Govs had kind of strung out. I think it was Brown. So he did pull it, and he was able to bounce around to the right side and pick up a nice positive play of about 5 yards for T. He needed 6, though, and it's 4th and 1 from the Governor 48.
9:35 to go. This will be the 5th play of the ball of the drive here for the T Titans. 4th and 1. They're trying to get the Governors a jump, a QB sneak, and that'll be a first down for Grant as they'll get to the 45-yard line. He needed just 1. He picked up 3, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the T Titans with 9:24 to go here in the first quarter, and the Titans have got it across midfield into Governor territory.
And that's just a nice job of running the football there by T area. You know, this is their bread and butter. They like to get ahead of the sticks, and as long as they can stay ahead of the sticks, they set themselves up for success. On that 4th and 1 play, just a nice sneak right behind the left tackle and guard there by by Grant, and he's able to sneak forward for a first down.
This will be a handoff from under center of the I formation. This time the Governors are able to get to it right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of 1 as it ended up being the tackle made by Lincoln Schoenhard. And it's maybe a gain and a half, as well as also the tackle being made by Max Schmitz, 55. So a gain of about 1.5. Second down, we'll call it 2nd and 8 here for the T Titans. You know, you talked about that last play. 6'1" and 6'4" for Kingston Nyberg and Thiek Lual. 6'1" and 6'4", both weighing 220 pounds. It's a big, beefy offensive line for this T area Titans team, which can pose a lot of problems to a lot of teams on the defensive side. This will be a handoff for Korleski as he goes up the middle, and Korleski will get to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 4. We'll count a gain of 3, and it's, again, third down in that 6 range where they were the last time, and here it is, maybe gain of, it has to be a 3rd and 5, and it's still, you're trying to get a couple of positive plays, and you feel like this offense for T can get 5 yards on 2 plays to pick up another first down with 7:50 to go in the first quarter.
Absolutely. They did it on before the last set of downs that they got 6 yards on 2 plays. They could for sure do it for 5 yards on these 2 plays here.
Third down and 5 from the 40-yard line. In Governor territory, shotgun formation. Grant on the option. He'll pitch it here near side. That'll be Korleski that will get near the first down marker, as it will be a first down. Korleski will get out of bounds at the 34. He needed just past the 35-yard line. It will be a full gain of 5 and a first down for T.
It looked like that far side judge was, even more at the 34. So that was why initially I thought it was a very easy first down, but was respotted just across the 35. But all they needed was the 35, and the nose of the football lies ahead of that. And that's a T area first down. 7:27 to go here in this first quarter.
That clock is stopped as he was out of bounds was Korleski, and now he'll keep it. Mitch Grant will keep it. He's following his blocker. He's going to be tackled by behind from Will Eitlers, but he's going to be near the first down marker, and it's going to be at the 25-yard line, and that will be right at the first down marker. Are they going to give him the first down or not? Are they going to call for a measurement? The referees are talking about it right now. Looks like it's going to be second down. They're called a gain of 9 and second down and a very, very short one, maybe second and an inch. A virtual measurement might say it's about 3 or 4 inches away from the first down marker. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. A 5-minute drive right now, and they're still not even in the red zone, our T area.
And again, this is a credit to the T area offensive line on top of their running backs, their skill position guys. They really do a good job, like you talked about, the left side of the line in Nyberg and Lual, but Krul, Bunkowski, and Peterson are also really, really good at what they do as well.
This will be a delay of game against the Titans. They were too slow getting to that line of scrimmage.
Delay of game, number 8 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's a big mistake for the Titans on their first penalty, and it backs them up 5 yards, and it's still second down and pretty much 5 at this point from the 30-yard line, 6:39 to go. But it does, the way this offense has gone so far, that they're content with picking up 3 to 4 yards. They picked up 9 that last play, and they're going to take, outside of a turnover or score right now, they're going to take over half this clock in the first quarter on this drive and then some. Under center for Mitch Grant. Second down and 5 from the 30-yard line. Grant will hand it off, and it'll be up the middle. Right again, another 5 to 6, 7-yard gain, and it'll be another first down for the Titans, as that one went to number 28 in, number 28 in Hayden Belas. And Belas will get a first down.
Bialis, I think.
Belas.
Is it really?
Yeah, Belas. So
okay.
I'm trying to look for where his number was. So he's wearing, Belas is wearing number 28 tonight as the starting fullback for the T-Titans. It's his first run. Picked up 6 yards, 48 yards on the ground so far for the T-Titans. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. Toss play right side as they will get to Korleski, and he'll gain out to around the 20-yard line. And again, this T-Titans team, they continue to move the ball down the field. They've taken 6.5 minutes, and they're just now at the edge of the red zone at the 21. They'll call it a gain of 4 to the 20. It's second down and 6 for the Titans. That was already the 11th play of the drive for the T-Titans. 12th play upcoming here in the opening quarter and the opening drive of the ball game. No score, the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. 3 receivers here on the near side, shotgun formation. They've only passed the ball once on a jet sweep, and this time getting stood up was going to be Mitch Grant as the Governors were able to get over to him. And the Govs, one of those guys, like Cruz Williams won, and now we get to an injury for the T-Titans. It looks like Grant was slow to get up. He's going to have to come out for a play. He had no gain, and it's third down and 6. Well,
no, I think he's staying in because they didn't stop the game for an injury. So,
well, they had stopped the clock momentarily, which I thought would have indicated that they were stopping for an injury, but they allow Grant to stay in the ball game with 4:35 to go and counting. Third down and 6. This is outside of a big loss. This is obvious 4-down territory, or at least a field goal opportunity for T. 2 receivers on the near side. They will keep it with Grant again. He is wrapped up. Cruz Williams is right there to make the tackle, along with also Hudson Schaefer. And it's going to be 4th down and maybe 5.Maybe he got a half a yard to the 19. And this drive is getting to close to 8 minutes long, and it's now 4th and 5 here for this T-Titans team.
Yeah, this is they're in 4-down territory right now, and to your point, they've almost run the first quarter completely out of time. I mean, this is T area football, John, to a T. I mean, they're gonna continue to run the ball as early and as often as they can, and it's 4th down here, and it's probably going to be a run unless they try a play-action pass.
They will throw it to the far side. The catch will be made, and that will be wrapped up and nowhere to go, and a turnover on downs. 14-play drive that stalls out at the 20-yard line. And Porter Hunsley with the tackle as the catch was made by Carter Brown, and a huge turnover on downs that took almost 8.5 minutes off the clock. 3:35 to go here in the first quarter, and the Governors will get their first offensive possession at their own 19-yard line.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they decided to throw the screen pass there to Brown. Brown's a good athlete. Get him the ball in space and let him run between the tackles, and especially getting him the ball in space and one-on-one matchup against Porter Hunsley. But more oftentimes than not, Porter Hunsley's going to win that matchup majority of the time.
Jaron Deal, the starting quarterback, as Lounsbury is out for the rest of the season. Deal will get the handoff or keep it himself and pick up a couple of yards to around the 22, a gain of 3. Jaron Deal on the season, rushing-wise, 291 yards, 5 touchdowns, and of course, over 200 of those yards came against the Spearfish Spartans in the week 8 when the Governors were down 21-0. Things weren't going well for them. They were able to make a couple of different switches around, and it turned into Jaron Deal having a successful game. Lounsbury is injured and is not able to play. He has a wrist injury, so he is out for the rest of the season, as Deal will keep it himself again. This time he's got nowhere to go, so he's going to be backed up to the 20-yard line. See where the forward progress was stopped. It was stopped right at the line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd down and long here for the Governors. 3rd and 7 with 2:40 to go. This is a big drive for the Governors to at least give the defense a chance to breathe. I know that some guys will play both ways tonight, but you got to give this defense, who is on the field for 8.5 minutes, a chance to breathe. 3rd down and 7 from the 22. And this will be, oh boy, who jumped first? Aiden Beam jumped, as well as also that defensive end. I believe it was Kingston Nyberg that jumped as well, or Chase DeBoer.
Full start, number 11 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And they get Aiden Beam, who is on the tight end spots. They've now running more of 2 different tight ends instead of just Cooper Twilliger. They will run Aiden Beam as one of those tight ends as well. 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. Big 3rd down here. Deal is able to escape the pressure. He will throw over the middle. Hudson Stosher is wide open for a first down. He's still moving out to the 41-yard line. A big play for the Governors out to the 41 as it turns into a gain of 24 for the Governors and a first down on 3rd and long.
And that's where Jaron Deal really shines, John. He can extend plays with his feet. He got out on a bootleg to the right, kind of scrambled around after he saw some pressure in his face, kept his eyes downfield. Great job by Stosher, kind of finding the window in the defense. Deal hit him basically right in the numbers between the 1 and the 5, and Stosher's able to pick up a few more with his legs. First down Govs from their own 41.
Porter Hunsley is the tailback as he'll get the handoff, and Hunsley will get to the 45-yard line. The sophomore still trying to push his way forward. He'll pick up 4 yards to the 45, 2nd down and 6. Hudson Stosher, another guy that came in and was huge in that Spearfish game. Obviously didn't have a whole lot of playing time in the Douglas game because most of those starters did not play a lot against Douglas in the win last week, but really can be a big difference maker for the Governors in the playoffs out of the slot spot or just anywhere as a receiver. He can be huge for this Governors in the playoffs.
He really can. And, you think about it, John, majority of these Governors' skill positions on offense are sophomores and juniors for the most part.
Deal will take it out left side, design run. He's got a first down as he'll cross midfield and get to the T48-yard line with under a minute to go already here in the first quarter. He gets to the T48 as Deal has picked up 3 yards in his first 2 carries, then picks up a gain of 12 on that run. And it's 1st and 10 here for the Governors from the T48.
Yeah, nice job there by Jaron. Designed quarterback run, to your point, around the left side of the offensive line, and picked up 7, enough for a Governor first down, like you said, to the T48. But like I said, a lot of these Governor skill position players are sophomores and juniors, so they've got, not a lot of experience, but, it could be really, really dangerous come next year, too.
Deal drops back to pass here on 1st and 10. Over the middle, wide open to Williger. 15, 10, 5, touchdown to Governors. With 21 seconds to go, Cooper Terwilliger gets a 48-yard touchdown reception. And for Terwilliger, that is touchdown number 3. The Governors strike first as they lead at 6-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle behind scoreboard.
and they did it before the clock hit zeros in the first quarter, John. That's a play where you just run Cooper Terwilliger up the seam, and when you get big number 12 in single coverage, there is nobody in the state that's going to be able to cover him one-on-one or run with him one-on-one, and that's exactly what happened there. As Templeton boots through the extra point, it is good. 7-0 Govs with 21 seconds left in the first quarter.
7-0 lead as we step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is your roof ready for the next South Dakota storm? Don't wait till it's too late. For over 25 years, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction has been serving Central South Dakota with quality roofing and construction. He has now added gutters. We offer dependable service, guaranteed workmanship, and no unnecessary flash or fuss. Just reliable protection for your home. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction. Experience you can trust. Call today, 605-280-8133. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, serving Central South Dakota for over 25 years.
As we welcome you back, the Pierre Governors are on the board first, as it was Jaron Deal to Cooper Twilliger for a 48-yard touchdown reception, turned into a 6-play drive that went 82 yards, and the Governors will get the first score of the ball game. 6-play, 81-yard drive, 3:14 off the clock. There's 21 seconds to go here in the first quarter. So I was about to say right before that play started, Blake, that it could be the potential end of the first quarter on that final play. But instead, it's a touchdown for the Governors, and now they get to a 7-0 lead. And T doesn't have to worry, isn't worried quite yet, but they can still take another 8.5 minutes off the clock as long as they score and find a way to get this game tied. They're not in any kind of panic quite yet.
No, not at all. This is an offense that has shown success in the ability to run the football, and they will probably do that on this second drive here.
Kickoff will bounce into the end zone for a touchback from Carter Templeton, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. It was an 8 minutes and 25-second drive for the T-Titans that stalled out after they end up running 14 plays. They took a lot of time off the clock. They had a lot of plays. Almost, I mean, if they would have gotten another first down, there was a legitimate possibility they could have taken the whole first quarter on the in their first drive. But this will probably, outside of being an incomplete pass or out of bounds, this will probably be the last play of the first quarter for the Titans. Governors will get just 6 offensive plays in total. 1st and 10 from the 20.
They're running a spread here.
Yeah, they'll go to that shotgun formation. They'll hand it off, though, to Brown. And Brown will be met at the line of scrimmage. He's able to fight off the Will Eilers tackle, but he's not going to get anything more than what it was. Eilers slowed him up, and then the tackle was made by the Governors. And it'll be half a yard for the game, but that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. A 7-0 lead for the Pierre Governors at the end of 12 minutes. 7-0 lead for Pierre over T. This is just the 3rd drive of the ball game in total, and the 2nd for the T-Titans. Back in a minute for the start of the second quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Mornings are crazy, but my breakfast doesn't have to suffer. Thank goodness for Branding Iron. Seriously, I just used their app. Done. I grab my takeout coffee and breakfast sandwich on the way to work. And for lunch, it's the best quality food with a daily lunch special. My food is ready when I need it, and it makes my whole day better. Your best day starts and ends with the Branding Iron Bistro. Ordering breakfast, coffee, or lunch right from the app. Download the Branding Iron Bistro app today. Quality branded right.
It is the start of the second quarter. The Pierre Governors are leading 7-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by and scoreboard. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we head into the second quarter. It was a no gain on that run for Carter Brown. Lincoln Schoenhardt was credited for the tackle. 2nd down and 10 from the 20 as we start this second quarter with the T-Titans going from left to right. Back to pass, a throw here for Wiebinga. The catch is made. Aiden Beam was in coverage. It'll be a gain of 9 out to the 29-yard line. Hudson Schaefer was able to get over for the tackle, and it'll be 9 yards and a half a yard short, not even a half a yard short, inches short of a first down. And we'll see if Mitch Grant wants to run another, or I guess maybe Coach Fry wants to run Mitch Grant on a QB sneak to get that first down on 3rd and 1 for the 29.
Yeah, and that's a play, John, where you just get the ball into the hands of Griffin Wiebinga on a slant. He's one of, if not your best athlete if you're T area, because that was, he picked up a very large chunk play there, gain of 9.
They will hand it off, and it'll be a first down as they'll get a gain of about 2 or 3 out to the 22-yard line, as it was going to be for Belis to get the first down. So Belis will pick it up. Lincoln Schoenhardt on the tackle, and it's 1st and 10 for the 22-yard line. 11:10 to go here in the first half. Only the second drive of the ball game for the T-Titans. The Titans took 8.5 minutes in that first drive. They've now picked up a first down on a 3rd down conversion here in this drive, and we'll see how long this drive can be and how long that the Titans can sustain the drive. This will be Grant on a QB keeper again. He'll try and cut it back, but he slipped and fell, and he will lose a couple yards back to the 29-yard line. So it's 2nd down and 13 on a loss of 3.
And this is where the Titans can kind of get into trouble, John, is when they end up behind the sticks like this, because they're a very run-first team, and when you take away a down and you lose yards on a down, it forces your hand to pass. And that's something that T has really just not shown that they're super comfortable doing. They've thrown 2 passes so far tonight, one to Carter Brown and the other to Griffin Wiebinga. So they have completed both passes, but they're not super comfortable with it.
This will be a jet sweep out to the far side of the field, and not a whole lot going for the Titans, as the catch was made by Devin Rhodes. And the gain of about 2. They'll call it a gain of 3 and make it 3rd down and 10. They'll get it back to the 32-yard line again. So it's 3rd and 10 here for the Titans. Hudson Schaefer gets credit for the tackle. Clock continues to run now with 9:40 to go in the first half.
Yeah, just a jet sweep around from right to left, getting it from the hands of Grant to Rhodes. Pick up a 3, to your point. Good job of stringing it out by the Govs on that far side of the field, but you're almost forcing T area to pass here, John, and that's, like I said, that's not something that they're overly comfortable doing.
3 receivers here near side. Grant will roll to that near side. Now he's going to run with it, trying to pick up a block. He didn't get it. Schoenhardt plays the boom, and it's going to be 4th down and long for the Titans. Schoenhardt ran straight into Grant. No block was given from Koleski, and that's where things went south for the Titans. It ended up being a gain of just 1. I make that a gain of 6, and it's going to be 4th down and 4. The Titans will come to punt the ball away.
Yeah, I think Korleski was kind of running an out route of about 5 yards, well covered by Schoenhardt, as the punt will be almost blocked.
And it will be a short kick that will take a Governor bounce, and it starts to make another T roll out to the 46-yard line. And so great field position here for the Governors for only their second drive with 8:38 to go here in the first half.
Almost Porter Hunsley getting another hand on it. He is not only a defensive ace, but he is just a special teams wizard, because he's had at least 1 blocked punt this year, John, but he has come very, very close, about a fingertip away from having about 4.
So 1st and 10 now from the 45-yard line officially. Deal will roll to his right, looking to pass. Still looking to pass, avoids the sack. Now throws over the middle, and it's going to be caught by Stosher after it was tipped. It's at the 30. Is he trying to cut it back? He will get spotted at the 31-yard line. Dangerous pass from Deal. It went off the hands of the T-Titans and right into Hudson Stosher, who I don't think realized that he made the catch right away. And he turns it into what could have been an interception to a massive gain for the Governors.
What a play.
24 yards.
That is essentially what has happened in the game in one play. If you had to take what's happened in this game and, boil it down to a play, that was it. T almost coming away with a huge play to swing the momentum back in their favor and get their offense back out on the field. But the ball ends up in the hands of Stosher, and he's able to pick up at least 5 to 7 more after catching the ball. Like you said, didn't even realize that he caught the ball initially. And we're going to get a flag here, maybe delay a game here.
A second catch for Stosher.
Dead ball, delay a game, number 1 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And it's first down and 15. They'll spot him back to the 36-yard line. Second catch for Hudson Stosher. He's got 48 yards, just as much as Cooper Twilliger did on his only catch, as Deal's 3 for 3, nearing 100 yards already. Throw here near side for Shufflebine. He'll make the catch as he'll try and tiptoe the sideline. He got pushed late, but he was right at the boundary, and he is out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. He is ends up being now, 10 catches away from tying someone that Blake Dean knows very well, in Bradley Dean, for the most receptions in a single season in a school record. He's got 53 now to Shufflebine. 63 is the record by Bradley Dean his senior year, back in 2016.
Correct.
Was it?
Yeah. Before you were here.
Yeah, it was before I was here.
Good mental math, John. I'm impressed.
I remember some things sometimes. Porter Hudson will get the handoff. He'll try and go up the middle. Second down, 11. He'll get a yard. And it's going to be a 3rd and 10 here for the Governors. A gain of 1 for Hunsley. So far, the running game outside of the really for 5 attempts for only 15 yards right now for the Governors. I mean, 3-yard average isn't terrible to have. Just it feels like that running game hasn't got going yet for the Governors. But their passing game's almost as good as their running game, or turns it into somewhat of the running game. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Hudson Stosher will go in motion to the near side with Shufflebine. Deal will take the snap. He will step up in the pocket, is able to slip through one tackler. He's going to be out to the 20-yard line, right at the sticks, and should be enough for a first down. I believe he got to the 20, which would be a gain of 10. I think, they might have to measure it. Nope, they're going to say first down. No need to measure. It's going to be a first down. A gain of 10, and it's 1st and 10 for the Governors.
Yeah, it looked like they were maybe going to stop to try to get a measurement. There was some confusion even after the announcement was initially made. But again, that is a dynamic that Jaron Deal has really injected into this offense. Just the ability to take off and go north and south as he did right there and pick up 10 for a first down.
Jet sweep right side for Shufflebine. Cuts up the middle of the field. He will be taken down by Kurlewski, who jumped on top of him to pull him down. That should go down as a catch for Shufflebine, and it's enough for another first down as they're inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, and it's 1st and goal now for Pierre, and they are trying to go up by 2 scores with 6:20 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, another jet sweep. Both of these teams have run at least one jet sweep here tonight. That seems to be becoming a more popular play in high school football, as Shufflebine was able to take it and pick up another first.
They spot him at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal from the 8. It will be a fake jet sweep this time. Deal. There's a flag that gets thrown in. The ball came out, and the Governors will fall on top of it, and it'll be back to the 10-yard line. It was Stosher that ends up falling on top of it. He was the one that was looked like he was going to get the ball in the fake jet sweep. Looking like it's probably going to be hold, and if you're Coach Fry, do you give him... Oh, they'll spot him at the 10, so I would probably take the yardage and not the play. It would be a loss of 2 if they took it, but it would be 1st and goal from the 18 if they accept the penalty. It looks like everybody is moving back.
Turn the run. Holding, number 61 on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot, first down.
As Max Bogenhagen, the 6'3", 260-pound senior that gets called for the hold. This offensive line has had to deal with several injuries, one being Spencer Olivier that has moved in for the injured Tucker Ott. And Olivier, Bryson Wallman was out last week, but Olivier stays in the starting lineup this week for the Governor offensive line, who you go through injuries throughout the entire season, but Olivier came in and was excellent. And Coach Steele talks about it a couple weeks ago. I didn't say his name at all as an offensive lineman. He said that means he does his job. Here's a throw to the end zone, diving for it. The catch is made. It is a touchdown. And it's a 13-0 lead, as that is Aiden Beam that will get the touchdown. And the Governors lead it 13-0 with 5:47 to go here in the first half.
What a throw by Jaron Deal on that play, John. He led Aiden Beam almost perfectly into the open area of the field that kind of split the safeties on the back end. And Beam was able to, he basically threw him open on that play. What a great throw by Deal. Able to throw open Beam as the extra point is good by Templeton to make it 14-0. And again, just a lot of positive momentum on 2 drives so far for the Govs, 2 touchdowns. Huge play, and we are looking for, to continue to build on this lead, and the Govs have a lot of positive momentum rolling right now.
5:47 to go here in the first half. Back in 30 seconds on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
As we welcome you back, it is 5:47 to go here in the first half. It is a 6-play, 55-yard drive and a 18-yard touchdown pass from Jaron Deal to Aiden Beam, as Deal's thrown for 131 yards in this first half. Governors with 4 different guys that have caught passes over 10 yards now, and Pierre is off to a 14-0 lead here in the second quarter with 5:47 to go, as Carter Templeton will kick this one away here in momentarily. As this will be a short kick against the wind. It's going to be a chance for the Governors to fall on top of the ball, still loose. Porter Hunsley looks like he's got it. I believe the Governors will be the one to have it. They're looking for who's got the football. No signal yet. And they're going to talk about it. I believe it should be the Governors' football. Referees are still talking about it right now. Who has it?
Porter Hunsley's got the football, John. I don't know why that's a conversation.
I didn't see, it looked like Hunsley had the ball to begin with. Before we lost sight of everything, it looked like he had the ball. And I don't know if, it's not like he took the ball from somebody on the ground.
Right.
The referees are having a long discussion about this. The offense is walking out of the field. Now there's a flag that comes in. I'm not sure what the flag might be. That's obviously.
It'd be interesting to hear what this call is.
Yeah, because obviously it's got to go 10 yards, which it did. There is no, in NFL you can't have an onside kick until the fourth quarter, and all the extra rules that go in the kickoff here. Does not apply here in high school football. And the referees are having a really long conversation. It is only 6:36, and we got 5 minutes to go here. T's already run off the field like they have the football right now. And it'll be an interesting decision on why they have the football. We'll hear from our referee. The defense is walking out.
Well, and Coach Steele is talking to the officials right now.
During the recovery, we have the ball intentionally kicked by the kicking team. That's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, T.
Wow, so they call intentionally kicking the ball while it was loose. I've not seen that one before, and obviously the home faithful is not going to agree with that call. And where everything was at, there's green helmets that are in the way that it's hard to actually tell, and Coach Steele's pleading his case, rightfully so, because I don't see a call like that happening hardly ever, but one that gives T the ball and really good field position with this penalty.
Yeah, it really does, and Coach Steele obviously trying to get an explanation on that, and maybe that's something we'll ask him about after the game as far as what the explanation was. But to your point, that's a play that you rarely see, or a call that you rarely see rather, is intentionally kicking the ball. And to your point, that happens so quickly in the moment. And the other thing that they said too was it happened during the recovery. So was Hunsley on the ground and it was kicked at that point?
It had to have been right before the ball got free a second time. It looked like it was about to be recovered, then it ended up going farther. The hard part about that is that I think when they kicked it, it was, I don't know if intentionally kicking it would have been the right move for the Governors. I think it made it worse for Pierre to try and recover the football. Right. I think they had a better shot if they hadn't kicked the ball.
Right.
But it is 1st and 10 from the T49-yard line. So one that I've not seen called before, intentionally kicking on a kickoff return. 5:44 to go. T's got the ball down by 2 scores. And we will have a whistle and a flag that comes in. It's a false start against the Titans, so that will back them up here to start this drive, and they'll be 1st and 15 from the 44-yard line.
61 for the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That'd be Thiek Luau, the 6'4", 220-pound sophomore that gets called for the infraction. So they back it up to the 44-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 15 with 5:41 to go here in the first half. Pierre gets the ball to start the second half, so this becomes really important for the T-Titans to score. They have to find a way to score, even if they take all 5 minutes and 41 seconds off the clock. They have to find a way to score the football on this drive. Mitch Grant will hand it off, trying to go up the middle, and nowhere to go. There is a very little space when Max Schmitz is trying to take control. Devin Binger was into the tackle as well, and ends up being gain of 1 to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Will Eilers was in on that as well. Schmitz and Eilers really closed that hole very, very quickly and put the running back from T on his keister. 2nd down and 14 after a gain of 1 for the Titans. Just over 5 minutes to go. But to your point, T has really got to put the ball in the end zone here to get some positive momentum going into the half.
Vilas was the one that ran it. 2nd down and 14. The throw here, the near side, that's going to be off the hands as Hudson Schaefer was in coverage. They tried to throw it to Devin Rose. Might have been trying to go to Griffin Wiebega instead, but they end up, Rose got his hand on it. I think Wiebega was trying to say, hey, that was coming to me. But it's now 3rd down and 14 and 4:50 to go. And these defensive backs can be ready for a pass. I don't think you're running the football if you're T right now, 3rd and 14.
No. And again, this is where a team like T Area really struggles to, they feel very comfortable running the football at any given time. This is where you kind of make them uncomfortable when they get into these 3rd and long situations and force them to pass.
This will be, they'll go with reverse here. They're looking to pass still, and it will be almost a face mask that could have possibly been called. Devin Rose is the one that got the handoff. It was a backwards pass, and they were going to look to throw the football, but there's nothing downfield. The Governors are able to play great coverage, and it ends up being a loss of 1, and it'll be fourth down. Well, the referees are talking about something. There's a flag all the way back on the
maybe
31-yard line.
Could be defensive holding if it's all the way back at the 26.
Yeah, you're right. 20. I said 31. That's 26-yard line. Well, here what the call is.
During the run, holding defense number 11. That will be 10 yards from the previous spot. 3rd down.
So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And again, any defensive call in the NFL that you see in college turns into a 1st down. You have to get it past the sticks on a defensive penalty to make it a 1st down. You could have 3rd and 30 and get called for a pass interference call, and it's 3rd and 15.
Right.
So it's still 3rd down. It's much more manageable now for the Titans as they have to get to the 41-yard line. It's being 3rd and 4 now for T in Governor territory with 4:42 to go here in the first half.
Well, now they can do what they're comfortable with, John, is they can run the football, maybe on a designed run by Grant.
It'll be a design run for Grant. He's met, trying to get to that line to gain. And he's going to spot a yard short. Hudson Schaefer on the tackle. And it'll be 4th down and 1 to the 42-yard line. Make that same Larson with the one on the tackle, excuse me. Larson made the tackle. 4th down and 1 from the 42-yard line. They have to get to the 41.
There's no way T passes right here, do they, John?
I don't think so.
I don't either. I think it's going to be probably a quarterback keeper here from Grant. They could potentially hand it to one of their running backs in Brown or Korleski, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be a Grant keeper.
Grant will keep it on a QB sneak. He's got the 1st down as he got to the 40-yard line, picked up 2 yards. And Mitch Grant, who now has up to 25 yards on 9 carries, Grant's got a 1st down, and it will be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line in Governor territory.
1st and 10 for the boys from T.
Yeah, nice job by Grant there, just taking the snap from his center in Trey Krell and basically just falling on top of Krell. He's able to pick up 2 on the dive, essentially, right over top of the center. First down for the Titans after the pickup from the 6'3", 185-pound sophomore quarterback in Mitch Grant.
2 receivers out far side, shotgun formation. They will hand it off for Rhodes, as Rhodes will get outside the left tackle. He's going to pick out some positive yards. It could have been a lot worse. Now, a flag does come in at the end. It could have been a loss of 3 or 4 on that first down run, but the Rhodes does pick up about 3 yards, and they've got a penalty flag a yard farther than where Rhodes was tackled, and we'll see what the call is going to be. Looks like that would most likely end up being holding against the offense.
Yeah, based on where the flag landed and based on who threw the flag as far as the officials go, it would more than likely be offensive holding. Although it could be illegal hands to the face on the defense, would be the opposing call on the other side.
Hear from our referee again.
During the run, illegal block in the back. Gets number 5 of the offense. 10 yards from the end of the run. First down.
They will spot it from the end of the run, so it'll be about 1st and 18 now from the Governor 48-yard line. They have to get to the Governor 30-yard line. Clock starts running again. 3:20 to go here in the first half. 2 receivers here on the near side. Both teams with all 3 timeouts still. As it'll be Karleski that will go in motion. Rolling to the right is Brown, looking to pass. He'll throw it for Wiebinga, who makes the catch. Aiden Beam's able to wrap him up, and he'll get a little bit of some help from Sam Larson, who came in and hit Wiebinga from behind. And it ends up being a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 13 now for the Titans.
Yeah, Bogenhagen was in there as well. Guy who's playing both ways for the Govs, but Larson Beam and Bogenhagen in on the stop of Wiebinga. Wiebinga's got a couple of catches now for 14 yards, the leading receiver for the Titans, as they only have 19 yards passing.
67 yards on the ground, 19 through the air, but yet they're down by just 2 scores because this is only the 3rd drive of the ball game for the T-Titans with 2 minutes to go, 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. 2nd down and 13 from the 43-yard line. Wing T formation here again for the Titans. From under center, Grant looks to pass. He's rolling out to his left, still looking to throw. He'll throw it, diving for it, and making the catch will be number 5 in Caden Bonenberger.
Caden Bonenberger, yeah.
Yeah, Caden Bonenberger made the catch. And it'll be a 3rd down and basically 10, a gain of about 3. It was a long 10, short 11 from the 40-yard line. Yeah. 1:50 to go, and Coach Steele still with those 3 timeouts. You got to think if it's 4th down, they're going to use one of those timeouts.
And he's standing right next to the side judge here too, John. He's going to call that timeout if they get the stop here.
3 receivers here on the near side, shotgun formation as Grant will go back to pass. He's being flushed out of the pocket, now steps up in the pocket, throws on the run, jump ball is going to be missed. Wiebinga had a chance for it, but it was thrown behind him. Porter Hunsley in coverage, and it's 4th down and 10. And what does T want to do here? You're down by 14, 91 seconds to go. You're at the 40-yard line. You feel like you probably need to score, but what does a punt really do for you at this point? So I think they're going to go for it from the 40-yard line.
And I think that's the right call if you're T area here. Just go for it. You're on the Governor's side of the field anyway. Worst thing that happens is, well, obviously the worst thing that happens is they turn it over and the Govs take it back for 6. But, you know, in playing percentages, worst thing that happens is you turn the ball over and the Govs have to march 60 yards for score number 3.
They'll go wing T formation as they'll be back to pass as Grant. He's looking over the middle, now looking to his left. Now backpedaling, throws it up for grabs. He's just going to throw it out of bounds. And it'll be incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Governors will get the ball with 1:23 to go at their own 40-yard line, needing 60 yards to try and take a 3-score lead going into halftime. And remember, the Governors get the ball to start the second half. They can go 2 for 1 right now and have a 28-point lead before the Titans ever get the ball back. And this is a big drive, both offensively for the Governors and very much defensively for the T-Titans here in this 11 AA playoff game.
Yeah, good coverage there on the back end on 4th down by the Govs. And Grant had all 6'6", 240 of Cooper Terwilliger in his face that forced him to throw the ball out of bounds.
This will be near side to receivers. Deal will throw far side. The catch will be made by Shufflebind. He is out of bounds after just a quick gain. One of the referees got hit with the tackle being missed, and the side judge, so that far side judge, ended up taking a shot over there. Picks up 3 yards to the 43, and they're going to make sure the official is okay. And they are going to spot him at the 43-yard line with that side judge regaining his composure and getting back on that far side sideline. 2nd and 7 from the 43, 1:17 to go. Governors with all 3 timeouts. They lead at 14-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. Clock is stopped with Shufflebind going out of bounds. 2 receivers near side, empty backfield. Deal will look to pass. He'll throw over the middle. Catch is made by Terwilliger. He takes a hit, stays on his feet. Now he's pulling 2 guys with him down the field, and it'll take 4 different guys to pull him down. And will they take a timeout or not? 39 at the 39-yard line with 1:07 to go. I think they got plenty of time to get back up to the line and keep moving. Cooper Terwilliger will pick up 18 yards for that first down.
Yeah, I thought maybe Coach Steele would take a timeout. He's got all of them in his back pocket yet, but this will be, they're respotting the chains, and then they'll restart the clock here just under a minute to go, 55 seconds and rolling.
Empty backfield again here. Throw to the near side. That was tipped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be incomplete. Great play coming in to make that was, I believe that was Belis that made that deflection at 2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Clock is stopped. 49 seconds to go here in the first half. 14-0 lead for the Governors of American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. That's the first incomplete pass by Jaron Deal here tonight, who's got 152 yards on 2 touchdowns. This will be back to pass for Deal again. He'll throw down the field looking for Terwilliger, overthrows that receiver into Terwilliger. Griffin Wiebinga was in coverage, and it's now 3rd down and 10 for the 39.
Yeah, as was Lucas Randall, Wiebinga and Randall doubling Terwilliger now. And as we've seen most of the year, teams are really blanketing Terwilliger, trying to minimize his impact on the game. But that leaves opportunities for other guys in this Governor lineup to make plays, a la Carter Shufflebind, or maybe even Jaron Deal with the ball in his hands.
44 seconds to go, 3rd down and 10 for the 39. Governors have to get to the T29-yard line. 2 receivers on the near side, empty backfield. As Shufflebind will come in motion, it'll be a jet sweep here to the near side. Shufflebind will try and get to the sideline. He is out of bounds. And with 40 seconds to go, it'll be 4th down and about 3 here for the Governors. 3 or 4 here for Pierre, and you would think that they're going to go for it with 38 seconds left, knowing that T's offense struggles to move without a big play. It's going to take a lot for T to get into even field goal range if they don't pick it up.
Yeah, and that's where I think you're right. This is a play where Pierre's going to go for it on T side of the field right here.
Jaron Deal trying to get T to jump. Governors almost moved as well. Everybody was feeling like both teams felt like they were moving. Play clock is under 5. Deal will get the snap right at 1 second on the play clock. Deal looking to pass. He's flush in the pocket, rolling to his right. He avoids the sack, still looking to throw for it. A flag will come in late, but Deal's got the first down. It will probably be coming back if it was a hold against the Titans. But he picked up 7, and it's going to be 1st and 10 as it stands right now here for the Governors.
Yeah, the flag came in behind the line of scrimmage. I thought maybe could have gotten Deal up around the horse collar too, but maybe it is a hold or a block in the back.
We'll see what the referee has to say. Nobody's moved yet.
During the run, personal foul, face mask, 51 of the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Chase DeBorg is called for the 15-yard face mask penalty against the Titans. And so Deal's run stands up. He picked up 6 yards, he picked up about 7 yards on that 4th and 4, and then give him 15 extra yards. Maybe it turns into half the distance to the goal. They got to figure out.
And I think that's what they're going to talk about here is maybe the half the distance to the goal rather than the 15.
Yeah, I think the referee is going to come back and say that.
It will be half the distance to the goal. Half the distance to the goal. The clock will not stop will not start till the snap.
So, yeah, because they were inside the 30-yard line, it turns into half the distance to the goal. Again, but 28 seconds left to go. It turns into, it was a 6-yard run for Jaron Deal. That 15-yard penalty, or half the distance to the goal penalty, puts them at 1st and 10 from the 13. So it will be, for the Governors now, they have an opportunity. Well, here's to be a timeout taken by T with 28 seconds to go. They're at the 13-yard line, all 3 timeouts, so everything in the playbook is open, Blake. You can run the football with 28 seconds. You can do anything at this point, because any gain, anything that happens, you have 3 timeouts to work with.
Yeah, and that's something that, I was going to mention too, if you didn't, and great minds think alike, because that's exactly where my train of thought was. The playbook is entirely open right now. You can run the football if you so choose. If you're Coach Steele in the offense, you can throw the ball to an open receiver, maybe even run a little play action pass, depending upon if the offensive line can hold up relatively well here. But this is very, very good opportunity to end the half for the Governors. And to your point, John, this is going to be an opportunity where they can get potentially a 2-for-1 here.
We're going to throw to Wyatt here real quick with a studio update.
John, a couple of tough breaks for the Spearfish Spartans. They're staying within reach of the Yankton Bucks. The Spartans would miss on a 4th and goal in the first quarter. They would miss a field goal in the second. The Bucks would score but fail their 2-point conversion, so it's 6-0 in that contest.
Thank you, Wyatt, as we get back to action here quickly. 1st and 10 with a 13. 28 seconds to go. They'll go with a jet sweep for Scheffelbein. Tries to cut it up the middle. Might have slipped. He might have got from a hand of Leighton Morin that was able to get him down. And now it'll be a timeout taken from Coach Steve Steele with 19 seconds to go. Leighton Morin was the one that was able to get the hand on Scheffelbein just enough to slip him up.
Yeah,
21 seconds will go back up on the clock.
So
here.
They'll add another 2.
Yeah, add 2 seconds back, and still a lot of time left for the Governors.
Yeah, there really is. And that's the beauty of having all 3 timeouts. You can run a play like that where you run Scheffelbein on a jet sweep touch pass, and he gets 6 yards approximately on that pitch and catch from Deal. He's got 5 catches on the night, John. That's a productive night for Scheffelbein. Doesn't necessarily have the receiving yards to go along with 5 catches. He's leading the Governors in catches. He's only got 33 yards, so he's 3rd on the team in yards. So a couple of big plays from Stoscher and Terwilliger that have kind of led the Governors in receiving yards tonight. But ball has found Carter Scheffelbein quite a bit tonight, as it has all year.
Have you talked to Bradley yet at all tonight that his record's close to potentially, and maybe not tonight. There's still about 6 catches left to go before he ties him, but it's getting close to being a new single-season record, and Bradley Dean's name might come off the record books here at some point this season.
I've talked with him about it a few times this year, for sure.
21 seconds to go here in the first half. 2nd and 3 from the 6-yard line. Scheffelbein will go in motion again. Another toss play with the jet sweep, as it will be Scheffelbein. A flag will come in. We'll see if this one stands up or not. As Scheffelbein got near the 3-yard line or so, which would have been close to that first down marker, but we will check the flag before anything, and I would expect it to go against the Governors and back them up with 16 seconds remaining.
During the run, holding number 11 of the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, 2nd down.
Aiden Beam is the one that gets called for that hold. 16 seconds remaining. I think Coach Steele, because I think the play went out of bounds, there's probably no 10-second runoff with it all, and I'm sure that's more of a college and NFL type rule for it. But either way, it's going to be a 2nd and 13 now from the 13-yard line. The Governors can't pick up a first down, but there's only 16 seconds to go. This is a big drive. Can the Governors go up by 3 scores at halftime, or will it be a 14-0 lead at the break? From the shotgun, Deal will roll out to his right, looking to pass, still looking to pass. Another hold will come in. Deal will throw it away, and it will be, I would think that maybe T, well, if you're T, you probably accept it anyway, because it's 10 seconds to go. You force them 10 yards back. Who cares if it's still 2nd down?
Yeah.
I would not decline this penalty and just move them back again.
Yeah, I think that's the right call if you're T area, John, because you're potentially even backing them out of field goal range if you accept the penalty here.
During the run, holding number 52 of the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Second down.
Yeah, so now it's going to be second down and 23 for this Governor squad. And they're backed all the way up to the 27-yard line. So second and long from the 27 with 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Governors still have 2 timeouts remaining, but only 10 seconds to work with to try and score. Jaron Deal will back up to pass. He'll throw a ball towards the middle, up in the air, jump ball, and it's going to fall incomplete, looking for Scheffelbein. And it was a jump ball that you give Scheffelbein an opportunity to go get a ball. He can go bring it down. 3 seconds to go, so one more play here in the half, and the Governors on third down. I think they're just going to I mean, if you're T, you're playing pretty much at the end zone right now and forcing the Governors to throw one up in traffic.
Yeah, that's a play where you're just trying to get Carter Scheffelbein in single coverage, and that was exactly what happened there. But Pierre's going to talk this over here. Second time out of the half taken with 3 seconds to go. And I think they're going to talk about, because if you look at a field goal here, ball is officially at about the 27, so that would be, probably about a 45-yard field goal, 44, 45. Might be a little bit out of Templeton's range as far as that goes.
Well, and the wind's blowing against you, too, which is, if it's the other way around, maybe you think about it. But, yeah, that wind against you, that really is a big – that turns into a 50 to 60-yard field goal at that point.
Right. So, they're probably going to end up taking a shot at the end zone here. Maybe just running a 4 verts type of pattern and say a Hail Mary or two and hope that somebody comes down with the football wearing black.
Deal is 10 of 13 with 165 yards with 2 touchdowns so far, one being to Cooper Twilliger, the other to Aiden Beam. As the Govs lead at 14-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. 3 seconds to go and one final play here in the first half. We'll see if they've got 2 timeouts. They can take a timeout if they want to. If Coach Fry doesn't like what he sees defensively, which is going to be basically, hey, everybody stays back. But if he wants to see what the offense is going to look like, he's going to let this run out. Jaron Deal will take the snap. Final play of the first half. Steps up in the pocket, and a hold will come in and throw. The catch is going to be made by Hudson Stosher, trying to get to the end zone. He's going to be short. Doesn't matter really. Unless it's on the defense, the penalty is not going to matter, and it will end up being the end of the first half. I would say they're going to decline it and call it good.
During the run, holding gets the offense. That penalty will be declined into the quarter.
So the Governors will take a 14-0 lead into the break over the T Titans. They come up a couple yards short and a penalty short of taking a 3-touchdown lead. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. We'll return in 3 minutes with halftime stats and scores from around the state. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in South Dakota, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Hello, friends. This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota. The Pierre Governors are ready for the football playoffs, and we're ready to cheer them on. Time to get loud, time to get proud. Heading to the game, Beck Motor Company has the perfect Chevy to get you there in style. From the family-friendly Equinox to the power-packed Silverado to the spacious Traverse, we've got your ride covered no matter where the game takes you. And whether you need a quick oil change or a new set of tires, Beck Motor Company has got you and your ride ready for whatever's next. Go Pierre Govs. Beck Motor Company is your trusted local Chevy dealership for all your automotive needs. We welcome you back. It is halftime, 14-0 lead for the Pierre Governors over the T Titans as we send things to Wyatt Barichka with the studio update.
Thanks, John. A lot of the early slate games have entered halftime as Yankton is up 6-0 over Spearfish. Again, a couple of tough breaks for the Spartans on a 4th down and goal and a field goal attempt are really a big difference in the game right now. Yankton leads 6-0 in that contest. Huron and Brookings and Sturgis and Brown are both kicking off right now. An update in 11A, Lennox is leading Tri-Valley 20-14 in the second quarter. There's no score in Madison versus West Central. In 9B, Coleman Egan leads Harriet Selby area 6-0 at the end of the first half. Similar story to how Harriet Selby played in game 1. They would come back and win it. Let's see what they repeat history in back-to-back weeks. Other games I can report to you right now, Duell and Wagner are both tied at 0 apiece. That game just kicked off. And other games, again, no score at the current moment. We'll give you more game updates as they go along, especially since some of the games at 6 o'clock had kicked off. Fulton area and the Salt Lake View Chargers are also about to get going. John Blake, back to you. We'll give you more updates in the second half.
Thank you, Wyatt, as we return here at Hollister Field, as it is 14-0 here at the end of the first half. As we look at some of the stats here, John Wickler alongside Blake Dean, and those first half drives, it was a 14-play, 51-yard drive and a turnover on downs for the T-Area Titans to open up the game. It took almost the entire first quarter before the Governors even got the ball, but they went down and scored on a 6-play, 81-yard drive with 3:14 off the clock. That took us in the early part of, or right towards the end of the first quarter. T then went 6 plays, ended up having to punt the ball away. Governors had another 6-play drive that went 55 yards, another touchdown. Cooper Twilliger got the first touchdown of the ball game for the Governors on a 48-yard touchdown pass, and it was also Carter make that Aiden Beam on a 18-yard touchdown pass to make it a 14-0 lead. And then T, again, stalled out, 8-play, 11-yard drive. That's, again, only 11 yards that they went on 8 plays, but they got a total of 11 yards, ended up turning the ball over on downs again with 4:24 to go, and the Governors just couldn't score. They were a couple of yards short, one penalty at the end as they went 9 plays and 57 yards, and it took a minute and 23 off the clock that took us to halftime. Some of the stats here, first for the Pierre Governors, Jaron Deals 11-14 so far in the ball game, passing-wise, 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. Carter Shufflebein has 5 of those catches for 33 yards. His longest is a 12-yard catch. Hudson Stoescher has got 3 catches for 72 yards. His longest is a 24-yard catch. Cooper Twilliger had a 48-yard touchdown reception. He's got 2 catches overall for 66 yards, and Aiden Beam's 1 catch went for a touchdown of 18 yards. Jaron Deals run the ball 5 times for 26 yards. Porter Hunsley's run the ball 2 times for 5 yards. So the Governors with just 31 yards rushing, 189 yards passing, 220 yards of total offense in the first half. Mitch Grant for T, 6 of 9 for 22 yards, as Griffin Wiebinga has caught 2 passes for 14 yards. Carter Brown with 2 catches of 2 yards. Caden Bonenberger has a catch of 3 yards, and Devin Rose has a catch of 3 yards. Rushing-wise, they have 67 yards rushing. 5 different guys have ran the football. Mitch Grant leads it with 9 carries for 25 yards. Is Carter Brown, 3 carries for 15 yards. Cade Korleski, 4 carries for 14 yards. Hayden Belis with 3 carries and 11 yards. And Devin Rose with a carry for 2 yards. So a total of 89 yards offensively so far for the T-Titans. Defensively for the Pierre Governors, they are led in tackles by Porter Hunsley, who has 4. Also, no tackles for loss from either side, no sacks as well. 1 pass breakup. Hudson Schaefer gets credit for the pass breakup. 17 tackles solo tackles overall. 33 total tackles for the Governors. Is Carter Brown with a total of 3 solo tackles to lead the T-Titans. They've had just tackled somebody 17 times because the Governors have had 3 basically 3 6-play drives overall. So 17 total tackles for the T-Titans in this game so far at halftime. And Blake, as we look at those halftime stats, you look at just the total yards, 220 to 89. You feel like this should be a 3 to 4 score touchdown game, but because T controlled so much of that first quarter, it made it really difficult for the Governors. A 14-point lead feels almost insurmountable because of how long it's taken T on their drives, and the Governors have scored on 2 of their 3 drives, and they ran out of time on their 3rd drive.
Yeah, and I think this is a time of the game, John, where the game's going to roll over to the second half. Govs are going to take over with the football, and they're going to be able to, if they can score quickly, that might put this game to bed early, because this is a Governor team that if they can score quickly, they have the potential to, but they don't necessarily have to. With a 2-score lead, they're able to put the ball in the end zone on this drive, though, to open the half. To your point, I think it seems almost insurmountable because of the way that T has been a little bit more methodical in their approach as far as moving the ball down the field. So this is going to be a huge drive to start the half for the Govs coming out of it. If they're able to score, that'll be huge for the momentum for Pierre if they're able to ride this out to a potential victory. If T's able to stuff them quickly, they have a chance in this ball game, despite that being a very large differential in total yardage of about 130 yards.
As we look at the bracket, we pull that up on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Governors, again, will take on the winner of Huron and Brookings next week, Friday. If Huron wins, the Governors will travel to Huron. If Brookings wins, the Bobcats will travel here to face Pierre. Sturgis,
if Pierre wins.
If Pierre wins, yes, obviously, yeah. And whoever wins this game, the Bobcats would travel too.
Correct.
Yeah, T would host even if Brookings wins.
Correct.
Sturgis and Watertown are also just getting underway. Huron and Brookings also just getting underway as well. Yankton and Spearfish, as you heard from Wyatt, says they're at halftime, a 6-0 lead for Yankton over Spearfish. And Blake, this is a 11 AA playoff regular season that everything is not surprising and everything is surprising. I could see all the low seeds winning tonight.
Yeah.
I could see all the high seeds winning tonight. I could see 2 to 3 upsets. I wouldn't be shocked at how, other years it'd be very shocking to see something like that happen. But in this year, it's not shocking to see maybe the number 8 seed go and beat the number 1 seed
Not
tonight.
at all. Not at all. And this is a year where there is so much parity in AA. Spearfish actually when we listen to Wyatt's interlude here during his studio updates, Spearfish had a couple of opportunities to score and potentially take the lead on Yankton. And to your point, if Spearfish won that game in that 8-1 matchup, while it would be considered an upset, I wouldn't be overly surprised. I mean, maybe due to the fact that Spearfish would have had, a 7-hour bus ride to get to Yankton, and that might be the only reason why I would be surprised. But considering the quality of the teams, I don't think you would be surprised either way.
And that's not even a dig at Yankton. That's not a dig at any of the higher seeds. It just shows you how much parity is 11 AA. Sturgis is the 4 seed hosting Watertown, and them hosting if I think Sturgis has every opportunity to beat Watertown. I think Watertown can go in and still beat Sturgis in this game, but I think Sturgis has a better chance of winning because they're hosting. If they go the other way, Sturgis might win this game, but if they would turn around and play the next day in Watertown, I think Watertown beats Sturgis after that long bus ride. So it's very much Sturgis is leading 6-0 early on against Watertown right now. Is that when Sturgis just scored here early? All these matchups. Other than being the number 1, the number 8, the number 7, and the number 2 seed, you don't know where you're going next week.
No.
You would know is because of where your seed's at, and if you win, you get to host or have to go on the road. That's the only 4 teams that know. The other 4 teams have zero idea, and they would not be shocked to be either at home or on the road going into next week.
Absolutely. This is a time of year where all you can control is what you can control. Control the controllables. Just pick up a win any way that you can and worry about what happens next week after you win the football game, because that's really all you can control at this point.
Pierre Governors lead at 14-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by scoreboard. We will come back and have a more halftime talk in 3 minutes as you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. You know that feeling when you're exactly where you're meant to be? That's what it feels like to bank at First National Bank Pierre. We're not some big faceless corporation. We're your neighbors. We're the people you see at the grocery store, at the local ball game. We're committed to helping this community grow one person at a time. Need a loan for your new home? Or maybe you're starting that business you've always dreamed of. Our team is here ready to listen and help you find the right financial solution. Because at First National Bank in Pierre, we believe in hometown banking. Visit us at one of our 2 locations in Pierre or our Fort Pierre location. First National Bank, your hometown bank.
Is your roof ready for the next South Dakota storm? Don't wait till it's too late. For over 25 years, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction has been serving Central South Dakota with quality roofing and construction. He has now added gutters. We offer dependable service, guaranteed workmanship, and no unnecessary flash or fuss. Just reliable protection for your home. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction. Experience you can trust. Call today, 605-280-8133. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, serving Central South Dakota for over 25 years.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Can you tell the difference when a place really cares about the food? My eggs were perfectly cooked this morning, and their burger for lunch, unbeatable. It's that old school quality. Branding Iron Bistro feels like home, but with much better cooking. It's my little midday vacation. Escape the ordinary. Join Pam and hundreds of happy customers at Branding Iron Bistro. We serve breakfast and lunch daily. Branding Iron Bistro. Quality branded right.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
So why do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship. So why do they play?
My reason why is friendship.
Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the South Dakota High School Activities Association.
As we welcome you back, as it is a 14-0 lead here at halftime. As we start to get closer to the start of the second half, we'll be quick here before we get back to another commercial break to wrap up halftime. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. Couple of scores here to tell you. 6-0 Yankton is as they start the third quarter. 6-0 lead over Spearfish. Watertown now has a 7-6 lead over Sturgis. And with 5 minutes left, and there is no score reported yet for Huron and Brookings as they are just getting underway. In 9B, 56-6 win for Del Rapids St. Mary over Corsica Stickney. They would be Del Rapids St. Mary will face Sully Buttes if they beat Faulkton. The winner of Faulkton and Sully Buttes will face Del Rapids St. Mary on the road next Friday. Harriet Selby area has an 8-6 lead at halftime over Coleman-Egan. Avon and Sioux Falls Lutheran are tied 8-8 in that first quarter. All Nations will be playing on Friday, and we'll have scores across the state as we wrap up here tonight in the postgame. All of them won't be final. The 6 o'clock games probably will be, but otherwise we'll have to get you, we'll have the full report on kccrradio.com with all the final scores coming up in the second, after the game here tonight. We will take one more 1-minute break. We'll come back with the start of the second half after this. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Hello, friends. This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
As we welcome you back, it is the start of the third quarter. The Pierre Governors are leading 14-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. By the way, we did not have a score report on the Sully Buttes game, but that is just getting underway as well. So it'll be the start of the third quarter here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Jen Brazilius is back at the station. Blake Dean is to my left. John Winkler here with you on this Thursday night. Final Thursday night football on KCCR. We got Thursday night football coming up after this as well. We'll have the NFL, and we have Thursday night football all the way through the rest of the NFL season. But high school-wise, last Thursday night football.
Great segue on that. That was fantastic. And that is why he is your 2025 Sportscaster of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, in the state of South Dakota.
We have the NFL, and now I'm blanking on the two teams that are playing tonight. It's the
Baltimore
Ravens
and Miami.
Ravens and Dolphins. That's why I was blanking on the teams, because they've put up a lot of blanks over the course of the season.
I was going to say, it is not a real exciting Thursday night NFL game tonight.
No, it's kind of the days of old where it was divisional matchups, and it was like the Titans and Jaguars always having to play on Thursday night football. Kickoff, we're underway here at the start of the second half as the catch will be made here on the near side by Hudson Stosher. He's going to get out to around the 27-yard line, and the Governors will have decent field position to start this third quarter, and we'll see in their fourth drive of the ball game. And again, they scored on their two drives and had half run out on them in their third drive. This is only their fourth drive entirely here tonight, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. I think a spot maybe the 28-yard line, where officially the drive will start here for the Pierre Governors. Jaron Deal with 189 yards passing, 26 yards rushing so far. He'll push Porter Hunsley out in motion as a receiver, as Deal will step up in the pocket. Still Roy looking to throw the football. He'll just throw it away. And a good play there from the sophomore Jaron Deal, who was running out of time and was able just to throw it away, and it turns into a 2nd down and 10 instead of a loss on that first play.
Yeah, Deal had to scramble out to his left on that play, John. Able to get outside of the pocket and try to extend the play, get Hudson Schaefer open on a crossing route to the near side of the field on the sideline, but just ran out of real estate, did the sophomore quarterback. Threw it out of bounds, out of harm's way, but in the vicinity of Stosher so as not to pick up a loss of down or an intentional grounding penalty.
2nd and 10 from the 28. Hunsley is the man in the backfield. Two receivers on the far side. Twilliger, the tight end here on the near side. Design run for Deal. He'll stutter step, and then he'll get to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, and it'll bring 3rd down and 7 here for the Governors. Here, one thing that will go into next week that the Governors will want to be better at, and of course they still have another half of football, is being able to run the football. So far, and obviously it has not hurt them in this game, and some of it is this is only the 4th drive of the ball game entirely, but they just haven't been able to run the football as efficiently as they had been at the midway point of the season. Third down and 7 from the 31-yard line as Deal will drop back to pass. A look over the middle. He is going to try and step up. He's able to slip through, and he's got a first down as he'll get out to the 46. What a run from Jaron Deal, the sophomore, as he was wrapped up 5 yards short of the sticks, and he ends up with a big gain out to the 45-yard line.
Jaron Deal is so slippery, John. He had 3 T area Titans draped all over him, and he's able to squeak out of it somehow and pick up a huge chunk play for the Govs and push the sticks down the field, continue the drive, 1st and 10 from the Governor 45.
14-yard game officially for the Governors. Here's a toss play left side for Hunsley, and Porter Hunsley, this will be a flag that will come in. Hunsley got to the 50-yard line, and he'll probably be coming back on the penalty on a hold against the Governors, as they will stop the clock with 10:42 to go here in the third quarter. And one of the Governors and Spencer Olivier was staring at the ref and wondering what the call was going to be, if it was going to be against him or who it would be against. And they, looks like the flag was at the 46, so just 1 yard past the line of scrimmage.
Turn the run, holding, 12 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot on the foul. First down.
That is Cooper Twilliger that gets called for the penalty. And they will actually have the penalty pretty much at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 1st down and 20 as they get back to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Cooper a little too aggressive on the run blocking there, but that aggressiveness on run blocking is what's making him a really, really high-level Division I caliber tight end that will make a Power 4 school really happy someday.
I'm not going to say that he wasn't holding, but I think he's just so powerful sometimes it looks like he's probably holding. Jaron Deal will get the design run. He's upended, and the tackle made by number 25 in Carter Brown, and no gain, maybe a loss of a half a yard, and it's 2nd down and very long here for the Governors. 2nd and 21. With 10:20 to go here in the third quarter. This is, penalties kill drives, especially when you have it at 1st and 10 and back it up 10 yards. Penalties can kill a drive. 2nd down and long here for the Governors. But they will get 5 yards. No, they won't get the 5 yards back. The referee was about to blow the whistle and throw the flag. Play clock is now under 10. Empty backfield here for Jaron Deal as he'll drop back to pass. Deal throws over the middle looking for Beam. It's going to be almost intercepted in the hands. There is a flag that is thrown. It might be against T on a roughing the passer call, as it was Cade Korleski that had his hands on it for the interception. But Deal took a shot as he threw the pass.
Yeah, they're going to get Hayden Beelis for roughing the passer here because Deal was on the ground and it looked like he was really slow to get up.
We have personal foul, roughing the passer, number 51 on the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty for the previous spot and automatic 1st down.
So they will be an automatic 1st down, and it will be, so it doesn't have to go across the sticks. It just was the personal foul call that got them the automatic 1st down. They called on Chase DeBoer, but Beelis was in there as well. So it's 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line, just on the Governor's side of the 50-yard line. But penalties can kill a drive, and they can extend a drive. Yep. And they just extended this drive for the Governors with a new set of downs. 9:55 to go here in the third quarter. Pistol formation here for Deal. Porter Hunsley in the backfield. 3 receivers on the far side. Deal drops back to pass. He'll throw it over the middle, looking for Shufflebine, who's got his man beat. He is gone for a touchdown. Skips in, and the Governors lead it 20-0. A 50-yard touchdown pass to Carter Shufflebine from Jaron Deal. The Governors lead it by 3 scores. There is a penalty flag at the end of the play, which will probably be against Shufflebine. It'll be after the touchdown is good. It will just either back up the kickoff or maybe the extra point. But either way, it's 20-0 with 9:46 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Carter got pretty excited after that touchdown catch. I think they're going to get him maybe for excessive celebration. But what a pitch and catch there from Deal to Shufflebine for another Governor 6.
Hit him in stride. Shufflebine had beaten the defense. That man coverage, the press coverage that they have.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike, number 7 of the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be administered on the kickoff. Touchdown, Pierre.
So it is 20-0. And Shufflebein with the touchdown reception. He's been called for a couple of times this year on the excessive celebration.
Sometimes he just gets too excited.
He gets pretty excited. I mean, you see guys on Sundays making some fun dances, and you feel like you got to try to do something when you score a touchdown. The extra point is good for Carter Templeton. It's 21-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. 9:46 to go here in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
So the Pierre Governors now lead at 21-0 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard, as it is going to be that drive. It went 5 plays, 72 yards, and it took 2 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock. Carter Shufflebein makes a 50-yard touchdown reception from Jaron Deal, who's now thrown for over 200 yards. Shufflebein closing in on another 100-yard gain. It was the 6th catch of the evening for Shufflebein, his 12th touchdown reception of the year for Shufflebein. They will back the kickoff all the way up to the 25, back to the 25-yard line. Boy, and Blake, Jaron Deal under pressure. He just took a shot and it called a roughing the passer, and he still throws a dime to Shufflebein under pressure. He's having himself a whale of a ball game right now.
He really is. He's such an impressive sophomore, able to stand in the pocket and, not really be phased like that on another huge touchdown pass.
This kickoff will bounce at the 30, 40-yard line. It almost was grabbed by the Governors that time without an illegal kick, and it will end up being Rhodes that will get the recovery, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the T 40-yard line, and 9:45 to go in the third quarter. T's got to find a way to get in the end zone right now.
They do. Another almost recovery by the special teams wizard, Porter Hunsley, on that play, John. He was coming down from his gunner position, and he almost got to the football before T-Area was able to pounce on it and make sure that they retained the football off of the kick from Templeton, setting up 1st and 10 for the Titans, from their own 40-yard line.
This will be a flag. It looks like a false start penalty. One of those two guys in the backfield got moving a little bit too quick.
Dead ball, false start, number 28 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's Belis that gets called for the false start penalty, and it's now 1st and 15. Back to the 35-yard line. T-Titans, again, this ball game has been huge in favor of the Governors of being able to score quickly, as Coach Steele had talked about. They obviously didn't have a really quick start because there was 21 seconds to go in the first quarter, but they've been able to strike fast. No drive has gone at least 7 plays. Everything's been 6 or less in plays for each of the 4 drives for the Governors, where they've scored on 3 of those 4 drives. This will be a keeper by Mitch Grant. He's going to get those yards back. He's going to get in past the 45-yard line, near the 50. He'll be down to the 48-yard line. It turns into a big gain of about 13, and it's going to be 2nd down and 2 now for the Titans. And they're going to go quick.
Grant with a lead blocker in front of him, able to pick up almost everything and then some for the first down, 2nd and 2.
This will be up ahead, as this will be out for a first down, as it will be for Carter Brown. And it's going to be 1st and 10, a gain of about 5. And again, T's quickly moving back on the ball. They're trying to go quick right now with 9:13 to go, and that clock is rolling. This will be Grant on the keeper, and then an option play, a little bit of a read option play, and a big hit from Sonnenschein to force Carter Brown out of bounds, make that Korleski out of bounds, and a gain of 2 to make it 2nd down and 8. So they're going to actually call it a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9 from the 46-yard line.
Yeah, to your point, T-Area moving quickly, but this is where you run into issues when you're a running football team is, you don't really have that really electric play down the field unless they're going to try and throw here.
It'll be Grant again on the keeper, so he'll move it near side. He's going to get out of bounds. A flag will come in. Grant is a little bit slow to get up, right around that 40-yard line. They're going to spot him at actually all the way back at the 43. But will the flag be against the Titans, which it probably should, the way that looked. And we'll hear from our official that will, as the Governors will accept the penalty.
During the run, holding against the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, second down.
So they will back up. That's the second penalty on this drive for the Titans, and they'll go all the way back to their own 46-yard line. They got to get to the Governor 37 for a first down. 8:59 to go.
Second and 15.
And they go all the way back out to the 46-yard line in T territory.
Yeah, tough play there for the Titans. Tough result there. And again, backs them up and almost puts them in a, what for most teams is a for certain passing situation.
Two receivers on the far side. They will hand it off, actually play action here. Grant will throw it down the field for Wiebinga, who is open, and it goes through his hands, and it falls incomplete. He had beaten Aiden Beam in coverage, and the dime thrown from Mitch Grant just a bit right through the hands of Wiebinga, who could have been able to score from 54 yards out.
And that is such a tough result for T area on that play. Great ball by Grant. He's able to sell that play action fake really well and allow Wiebinga to get behind the defense and behind the single coverage of Aiden Beam. Beautiful pass to Wiebinga, and Wiebinga is actually able to get both hands on it, but just a little bit too much mustard on that one from Grant, and it slips through the fingertips of Wiebinga. So instead of a really large gain, it's still 3rd and 18.
From the shotgun formation, empty backfield, they'll throw a screen pass as a catch will be made right up the middle of the field for Abilas. He will get near the sticks, but it'll be short of about 3 yards, and it'll be to the 40-yard line. A big gain on 3rd and long. It was 3rd and 18, and they will pick up about 15 yards all the way up to the 40. 4th down and 3. T is in a spot to still pick this up with 8:25 to go in the third.
Yeah, that was a really well-designed screen pass. Terwilliger was all in the face of Grant. They're able to hit Bilas on a screen pass, 4th and 3, and they go right back to that wing formation.
From under center, Grant will hand it off. They're going to run it. Got a first down, as it will be a big gain for Kurlewski to pick up the first down as he's inside the 30. And it will be 1st and 10. Bilas is a little bit hurt with his wrist right now. I don't know if there is a flag though. Didn't see where the flag was at.
I didn't either. Did they already pick it up?
I'm glad you can't see it.
I can't.
But they are
no idea.
They are discussing, and I believe Ryan Munson too. I wouldn't not believe what Ryan Munson has to say.
That might be the smartest thing he said.
As it will be. Well, the referees are still talking about it again. They're talking about where the spot of the foul was. If it will still be 4th down, it would assume it'd be 4th down. Now they're gonna move the sticks. We'll hear from our referee.
During the run, we have a 5-yard face mask against number 23 of the offense. That'll be 5 yards from the end of the run, resulting in a first down because we received a first down by yardage gain.
And a good explanation, yeah. The yards that they picked up were enough for a first down. It was beyond the 5 yards, so they didn't push them back before the sticks or between the sticks. So it turns into a first down from the 34-yard line now for a T. Good explanation from our referee to make sure that it's understood that the first down was picked up by the Titans. This will be from under center. Quick handoff. Actually, Grant will keep it. A big keep for Grant. He's going to first down. He fooled me. And it'll be all the way to the 20-yard line. Picked up about 14 yards for a first down. And it's 1st and 10 as the Titans are inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Great run there and great keep from Mitch Grant.
Yeah, it really was. That was a great sell job by Grant. Able to take it out of his running back's hands and kind of go around the left side essentially untouched. 1st and 10 from inside the red zone for the Titans.
7:40 to go here in the third quarter. Grant will go back to pass. He'll lob it to the end zone for Weaving. Jump ball, the catch is made, and he is in for a touchdown. Griffin Weaving makes the catch from 19 yards out, and a big score for the Titans as they cut the deficit to 2 scores with 7:31 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, just another play action fake, and that's something that as this game rolls along that the Govs really need to be aware of, John, is, with T being down now by 2 scores, they're going to look to probably run a lot of that play action because they've been able to run the ball so effectively, as the kick is good off of the foot of Cameron Hillestad, the special teams kicker, the 6', 155-pound sophomore. But that's something that the Govs need to really watch going forward, is that play action game, because that's worked really effectively for T so far in this second half.
21-7, 7:31 to go here in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
As we welcome you back, it is a 21-7 lead of the American Family Insurance Printing Shuffle by and scoreboard. 8-play, 59-yard drive and a 2-minute, 15-second possession. Griffin Weebinga makes a 19-yard catch from Mitch Grants, as Weebinga now has 3 catches for 33 yards, and the Titans get on the board for the first time here in this game to make it 21-7. We will hear from Wyatt Brechka as we continue along here tonight, but a quick score update from 11 AA. Yankton leads 12-0 over Spearfish. Huron has a 7-0 lead nearing halftime against Brookings. Sturgis up 14-7 over Watertown. And a quick 9B update, Faulkton area leads Sully Buttes 8-6 in the start of the second quarter. That game on Country 95.3 and on YouTube at Country 95.3 Sports. This kick will bounce, picked up at the 10-yard line by Carter Shufflebein. He'll lose his bounce, dive forward to around the 25-yard line. And the Governors will have decent field position for their 5th possession of the ball game. We've got 7:27 to go here in the third quarter. Not the second quarter, third quarter. It'll be the fifth possession of the ball game for the Governors.
Yeah, and they've been able to score on 3 of them so far, 3 of 4, and the one that they didn't, they ran out of time at the end of the first half. So really successful have the Governors been moving the ball down the field so far in this ball game. Let's see if that trend continues here.
3 receivers on the far side from the pistol. Handoff for Hunsley. It was a little bit slow developing, but Hunsley will get a big burst of energy out to the 45 to the 50-yard line. A gain of 25 for Porter Hunsley, his longest run of the night. That'll be his longest run of the season as well, and it'll be 1st and 10 of the 50-yard line, right at the 50-yard line. Hunsley has got 2 touchdowns so far. He's been primarily used in the backfield whenever you get the short yardage formation. I mean, he's averaging 3.8 yards per carry, but only 13 carries for 49 yards leading into this game. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line, 7:18 to go here in the third quarter. 3 receivers here on the near side, pistol formation. A handoff for Hunsley right up the middle. The powerful legs of the sophomore Porter Hunsley. He'll pick up about 3 yards. And Blake, by the way, the quarterback and the running back right now are 2 sophomores.
Yeah.
And, I mean, regardless if they stick with Porter Hunsley in the backfield, he obviously is fantastic on defense. But if they stick with that duo going into next year, teams have to worry about him the rest of the playoffs and for the next 2 years, both those guys in the backfield.
Yeah, they're both really, really dynamic athletes, Jaron and Porter back there. And to your point, they've got 2 more years of eligibility after this year. So really, really exciting if you're a Governor fan to watch these 2 in the backfield for tonight and potentially in the future.
This will be Hunsley. Maybe it was somewhat of a broken play. Hunsley will make that deal that won't get much of anything. Maybe lost a half a yard. After Hunsley picked up 3 on the first down run, deal will get to nothing, and it's 3rd down. And we'll make it 3rd and 8 as nothing doing for the Governors. Loss of 1 for Deal. Chase DeBoer on the tackle. 6:05 to go here in the third quarter. 3rd down and 8 for the Governors at the T48-yard line. Pistol formation here for the Governors. Hunsley looks like he's maybe a step or two to the left of Deal. Behind him in the pistol. 3 receivers on that near side. Deal drops back to pass, now steps up, rolls to his right, throws to the sideline, and it will be incomplete. It was a low throw as they were trying to get it to Terwilliger. Does not make the catch, and it's 4th down and 8, and it looks like the Governors will have to punt the ball away for the first time here tonight, and this T offense was 21-0 lead that now has turned to 21-7. They're getting the ball back. This offense starting to go, and he said 21-0 advantage might feel insurmountable. Well, T's got one of those couple stops that they need to make happen right now.
Yeah, they do, and something to keep an eye on too, John, is ball is on the Governor or the T side of the field. Jaron Deal is now the punter with Lounsbury out.
The snap was high, but Deal will get with the left foot. Nice spiraling punt. A fair catch will be called for, and there were 6 Governors all around the guy that made the catch. I believe it was Caden Bonenberger that made the reception, and so it'll be all the way at the 13 for the next drive for the T Titans.
Good punt there by Deal, left-footed boot, spiraling kick. To your point, a lot of hang time on that. Allowed his guys to get down the field and basically surround Caden Bowenberger, for a first down for the Titans as he makes the fair catch, their own 15-yard line.
This will be play action, rolling to the right, to the throw here the near side. Wiebinga makes the catch. He stiff arms his man, but still driven down by Logan Whitty, and it will be a first down for Wiebinga as they'll get to the 37-yard line. Whitty makes the tackle, forcing Wiebinga out of bounds, and now this T offense really feels like they can throw and run at will right now against the Governor defense.
Yeah, and to your point, they're going to throw it, and if they do throw it, they're going to throw it to Griffin Wiebinga because he is a fantastic athlete. One of the better athletes for the T area Titans, big kid out here on the near side of the field. He is going to be their go-to guy in the passing game, as he has shown all night long.
Gain of 22 on that play. This will be a handoff going up the middle for Brown, and Brown will get out to the 42-yard line, a gain of about 5. And Carter Brown, as he is picked up now up to around 24 yards, 25 yards on 5 carries for the T Titans.
They're going to go quick here.
They go right back to the line. It'll be a handoff going up the middle. Almost a tough exchange. That's the one thing is that if Grant wants to keep the football, Vilas took it, whether they were wanting him to take it or not. You have to be secure on handing the ball off or pulling the ball back because that can cause a quick turnover against you. But it's 3rd down and short here. 3rd and about 4, a gain of about 2 on that 2nd down run for Belitz. It'll be a jet sweep for Brown. It'll try and cut it inside the tackle. He's going to be knocked down short of the sticks. It's going to be 4th down. But as they were at 3rd and 4, any negative play would have been difficult, but any positive play, no, it's going to be 1st down. It looked like maybe he was about a half a yard short, but it was enough for a 1st down. It was a gain of 4, and it's 1st and 10. And right back to the line of scrimmage go the T Titans. From under center, I formation here for the Titans. A handoff for Korlewski, and Korlewski will get out to the Governor 48-yard line, a gain of about 4. And it's 2nd down and 6, and T had been moving quick. Now they're going to get to Coach Fry will get the play call. Mitch Grant runs across to the far sideline to get the play call with 3:55 to go. They feel like they can maybe slow things down a little bit as they've been able to move the ball. Not necessarily at will, but they've been able to move the ball efficiently against the Governors.
Yeah, here in the second half, T has done a great job of pushing the ball down the field, and maybe as they set up in a spread-type formation, 2 receivers each side, maybe look for a pass here.
A man goes in motion, and Brown to the far side. The throw, that'll be a jump ball up in the air. It's going to be incomplete. Great job by Aiden Beam in coverage as they were trying to throw it. Korlewski was the one that was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down and 6 from the 48-yard line. A great defensive play there from Aiden Beam.
Yeah, Cade Korlewski was the intended receiver on that play on the bootleg from Grant as he was rolling out to his left. Had to set his feet to make a throw, otherwise he'd have been thrown across his body. One-on-one coverage between Korlewski and Aiden Beam. And Aiden wins that battle in the one-on-one, setting up 3rd and 6 from the Governor 48 for this Titan offense.
3:30 to go here the third quarter. Receiver on each side from under center, and then the wing T. Grant will keep it. Grant still has it. He's got a first down. A flag will come in right at that first down marker. And then Grant goes down, and he really hit his head hard as he was tackled by number 60, Cruz Williams. But the flag there right at the line to gain, would assume that would be against the Titans on a hold and push them back and make it 3rd down and long now. We'll hear from our official.
Illegal block in the back during the run against number 28 of the offense. That penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 3rd down.
So Belis gets called for it, and that will back them up to their own 48-yard line, and it makes it 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9, so 3rd and long here for the Titans. But to your point, this is essentially 4-down territory, so they really have the playbook, for the most part, open. They have the ability to run or pass because it's going to be 4-down territory regardless for the most part.
Yeah, you're looking at you maybe wanting to pick 5 to 6 yards on this play. Anything positive, you're going to go for it on 4th down. You feel like this offense can do that. 3:23 to go. It'll be a fake jet sweep. Grant with the keeper. He's going to pick up about 6 yards and make it 4th down and 2. It'll end up being a gain of 7 all the way to the 45 back in Governor territory. They did what they wanted to do on that 3rd down. Got it close to the 1st down marker, and you know they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Now, again, playbook wide open. You can run a quarterback dive. You can run out of that wing T to either one of the backs. You know, playbook is wide open here on 4th down. They're going to run out of the eye, though.
2:50 to go here in the third quarter. 21-7 lead for the Governors on the American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffle behind scoreboard. Grant will take the snap. He'll hand it off, trying to get that 1st down marker. I think they're going to get it by about a half a yard. The handoff went to, I believe, Carter Brown was the one that got the handoff. And Brown gets a gain of 2. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. Are they going to measure it, though?
Wow.
Yeah, they are going to measure it.
Must be closer than we think, because by the initial look of it, it seemed like Brown picked up the 1st down relatively easily, but based on this spot, it's way closer than what it appears.
I think he still has it, but they are going to pull the chains out and measure.
I think better safe than sorry if you're this officiating crew. They've done a really good job tonight, John. I think very fairly called both ways.
This is a big measurement here for this Governor team, or for both these teams, on where this will be, and it's going to be a 1st down by a half a football. Right dead center in the football is where that 1st down marker was spotted at. So it's 1st and 10 from the Governor 43-yard line. Say from the naked eye, it looked like up here that he had the first, like you said, it looked like he had it easily, but also my vision is terrible, so that I would have been okay being wrong on it.
You said it, not me.
There is no question about it that my vision is not good. 2:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Clock is started again. 1st and 10 now from the 43-yard line for the T-Titans in Governor territory. Mitch Grant from under center, I formation. He will hand it off, trying to go, play action. Now he'll throw it over the middle, looking for Brown. Jump ball, tip, it's intercepted. Sunshine with the tip and interception, and the Governors will take over inside their own 20-yard line. What a fantastic defensive play for Sunshine.
Yeah, and Sun and Shine, it was basically a jump ball between him and Carter Brown. And Carter Brown, after that intercept, first of all, what a huge play by Sun and Shine. Tipped it to himself, tipped it up in the air, able to come down with it after Brown falls to the ground. After the play, Brown's looking at the official like, hey, is that pass interference? And, the official said, nope, you guys were both fighting for the football equally. And that ends up going the way of the Governors. Huge play in this ball game. Big-time interception for Sunshine. I think that's his 3rd of the year on that interception.
Outside of the turnover on downs, as that is going to be the fourth interception of the year for Sun and Shine. Deal looking to pass. He's rolling to his right now, throwing down the field for Shufflebine, who hits him in stride. He is the 30, 20, 10, touchdown Shufflebine! 85 yards to the house, and it is a 27-7 lead. And Shufflebine left the football, got back to the sideline. He was not taking a penalty that time. 27-7, the Governors lead.
Wow. Jared Deal absolutely put a laser in the sky. I thought there was no way that Shufflebine was going to be able to make that catch. I thought he overthrew him, but that thing just hung up in the air, and he hit Shufflebine in stride over the top. And again, that's the second time tonight that Deal and Shufflebine have connected on a long pass play where Shufflebine's got behind the defense, and that is such a huge momentum swing after the interception by Sun and Shine on one end. Very next play, 85-yard strike from Jaron Deal to Carter Shufflebine. To your point, he ran off the field, was not taking that penalty at all. Templeton's kick is good, 28-7 Govs, 2:05 to go in the third quarter. Huge momentum, all the momentum in favor of the Pierre Governors.
Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The Pierre Governors are ready for the football playoffs, and we're ready to cheer them on. Time to get loud, time to get proud. Heading to the game, Beck Motor Company has the perfect Chevy to get you there in style. From the family-friendly Equinox to the power-packed Silverado to the spacious Traverse, we've got your ride covered no matter where the game takes you. And whether you need a quick oil change or a new set of tires, Beck Motor Company has got you and your ride ready for whatever's next. Go Pierre Govs. Beck Motor Company is your trusted local Chevy dealership for all your automotive needs.
As we welcome you back, just a one-play, 85-yard drive and a 13-second drive. 85-yard touchdown pass and catch by Jaron Deal to Carter Shufflebine. 7 catches, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. 13 of 8 passing now for Deal. 324 yards and 4 touchdowns. As Shufflebine is well over the 1,000-yard mark receiving yards. 1,141 on the season now for Carter Shufflebine. And by the way, the school record for receiving a single season, 1,299 from Jack Merquan. It is very likely that Shufflebine will break a couple of records as long as the Governors get into that next round. It looks like he's going to be breaking several records next weekend. This will be a big hit. Stay on the feet, and the first hit was, I believe, by Eli Nichols. As Darren Rose was the one that returned it. Rhodes stayed on his feet for a moment and then ended up being tackled at the 25-yard line, and it's 1st and 10 for T.
Yeah, good job on that special teams coverage there by the Governor special teams, making sure they wrangle T to the ground. T will set up shop 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line, 1st and 10. But Carter Shufflebine having a whale of a ball game. 7 catches, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just a 24 yards a catch. What a night for number 7.
So he's 4 catches away from tying Bradley Dean and under 100 yards receiving from catching Jack Merquan, as this will be a toss play left side and nothing doing for the T Titans with 1:50 to go here in the third quarter. As I believe we'll see who that run. I couldn't see the number of that run. 158 yards, excuse me. So a little over 100 yards still remaining for Carter Shufflebine, but he's got 168 yards as it was Korleski that had that run, and Porter Hunsley with the tackle. 1 yard loss, 2nd down 11 with under 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 2 receivers here on the near side, shotgun formation. The throw here to the near side, the catch will be made in the flat, and near the first down marker, maybe a little bit short. The catch was made by number 9 and Cameron Hillestad. And Hillestad will get to make it 3rd down and manageable here with 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. He actually was stopped short of the 35-yard line. He's at the 34. So it's 3rd down and 2. As T really has to pick up the speed, down by 21 points right now. Grant will throw, bobbled and almost intercepted. Hunsley threw the man back after, I believe it was it Hillstad again? That was the intended receiver. Lucas Randall, excuse 12. Me. Randall was the intended receiver, I believe number 2.
Oh, okay.
And Porter Hunsley pulled Randall back away from the football and gave the Governors a chance to maybe have the interception, but it does fall incomplete with 52 seconds to go now here in the third quarter.
And now if you're the Governor defensive secondary, John, you can really be aggressive and play ball in the air more than likely, because for the most part, you're going to force T to pass the rest of this ball game.
Two receivers here on the near side and far side. Fourth down, low snap. Grant picks it up off the ground. He's going to get that first down, and he's going to be moving up, trying to punch the ball free, and then still getting hit hard was Grant. As the Governors were trying to punch the ball out, but it'll be out to the 45-yard line.
And a Titan first down.
Oh,
the referee had dropped it, I guess the beanbag, because the ball was on the ground for a fumble. Turned into nothing really, but 1st and 10, as it was the tackle by Beam, 12-yard run for Grant on 4th down. Mitch Grant rolls to his left again, looking to pass. That pass is deflected by who else than Cooper Twilliger, jumping up and blocking that pass, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Nice play by Coop there. Able to get in the face. It's not the first time tonight he's been in the face of Grant, and Grant just tried to maybe pop it up there and throw it away. Lived to see another down, but Terwilliger got at least one of his mitts on it, maybe both, and swatted it to the ground for an incomplete pass.
2nd down and 10 from the 46-yard line. 28 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Once we get to the end of this 3rd quarter, we'll have an update coming for Wyatt Barichka. He's sent a couple updates, but we haven't been able to get to him with the way this game has been played in this 3rd quarter. But we'll get you an update going into the 4th quarter. Play clock is under 5 now. 3 receivers here on the near side, and that will be a false start on just about everybody but the center. And the referee could say it this time. We'd love for him to say it.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
He didn't say it, but he definitely could have. Those are my favorite false start calls, is everybody but the offense. Or everybody but the center.
It's the best call in football. It really is, because everybody but the center means that one person messed up, and it was the center.
2nd down and 15 for the 41-yard line. 28 seconds to go. Here in the 3rd quarter, Grant drops back to pass. Terwilliger with 2 guys on him. He's still going to pick up. He's able to try and make the tackle. Grant then fumbles the football, and the Governors will fall on top of it. Grant lost the ball, and the Govs are the ones that fall on it. Who was it that got it? I believe it might have been Terwilliger that fell on it. It is Terwilliger that falls on it, and it's 1st and 10 for Pierre.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who stripped it initially, because Grant actually slipped a few tackles first of Terwilliger, and then I'm not entirely sure if it was Eilers or who it was on the near side, maybe Schoenhard, but a couple of Govs wrapped up Grant afterwards, and ball ends up on the turf. And any time that a ball is free around number 12 wearing black, he's going to be one of the first ones on it, and he was certainly there that time. 17 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, John. Maybe the Govs take a shot here on this potentially last play of the 3rd quarter.
Well, they went 85 yards on one play last time. This will be a penalty flag that will come in. Deal's got nowhere to go. He will lose a couple of yards, and they got to be careful not to throw Deal down, because that would have eliminated that penalty pretty quick. It'll be a loss of 4 to the 49-yard line with 10 seconds to go. The penalty would end up being 1st and 20, or it's 2nd down and about a long 14, depending on what you want to do if you're T.
Holding, number 55 of the offense. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
And when you lost basically half the yards that you were going to lose anyway, you might as well just take the down and distance at that point.
Yep.
With 10 seconds to go, the clock will run, and that should take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So the Governors will lead it 28-7 at the end of 3 quarters. Let's get you an update from Wyatt Barichka before we get into the 4th quarter. It's a 28-7 lead for the Pierre Governors on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by and scoreboard as we send things to Wyatt.
John, a couple of games of interest to note for as the Sully Butte Chargers and Fulton area Trojans. That game is at 14-6 in favor of the Trojans in the 2nd quarter. Avid is now up over Sioux Falls Lutheran 22-16. And in a upset potential, Coleman Egan continues to stay ahead of Harriet Selby 24-14. In 11 AA, real quick, all scores remain same. Yankton over Spearfish 12-0 in the 3rd quarter. Huron is up 7-0 over Brookings, and Sturgis Brown over Watertown 14-7. Back to you, John.
It is the start of the 4th quarter. The Pierre Governors 28-7 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by and scoreboard. as the Govs are looking to advance, and again, they will face the winner of Huron and Brookings. As Wyatt said, still 7-0 in that game. Huron leading. If Huron does win, the Governors will travel to Huron next Friday. If the Brookings Bobcats win, they will be here next week, as long as the Govs finish out their win up 28-7 here to start the fourth quarter. Easiest flip of the ball game right now from one quarter to the next. They went from one side of the field to the other side of the field, from the 49 to the 49. Didn't have to move very far. Second down and 14 for the Governors, pretty much at the 50-yard line. From the shotgun, they'll fake the toss to Shufflebein right up the middle for a deal. He's got to the 40. He's trying to be pushing himself forward. The Governors will get it near the first down marker with the help from the offensive line, along with others that were trying to push his way. And Deal will end up a yard short, and it's 3rd down and 1 for the Govs. But there is an injured T Titan right now on the field.
Yeah, I was trying to get a number on that that player, John. It looks like there's too many officials around him right now.
Yeah, I can't see the officials right now.
Maybe it's just a cramp.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a cramp. It is a cooler night, but it is something that, again, for this Governor T, or for both these teams, that even though it's a cooler night, it's still going to be well hydrated. But it does look.
Number 23, that would be Korleski.
And that you want him to be able to return quickly in this game, knowing what he can do offensively and defensively for this Governor team. Again, all these scores, now Faulkner has taken a 20-6 lead over the Soybeans Chargers with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Again, we'll keep you updated as we go along here this evening and get into the post-game show. Harrisburg beating O'Gorman right now 17-3, and they are in the fourth quarter. Jefferson over Washington 21-0, and Brandon Valley is beating Roosevelt 41-14 in 11 AAA. 3rd down and 1. Clock will restart after the injury timeout. The Governors will take some time off the clock as you're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, easy for me to say. 3 receivers here on the near side. Talk about my bad vision. Pistol formation here for Deal. He will hand it off for Hunsley, trying to pick up that first down. He was met at the line. He was able to bounce to his left. He's going to first down inside the 20 to the 15 and went out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Hunsley was stuffed at the line of scrimmage, bounced it left side, and took it for about a gain of 20 or so, all the way down to around the 10-yard line, and it could be 1st and goal here for the Governors, as I believe it is going to be 1st and goal from around the 8-yard line.
Yeah, big-time pickup there by Porter. He goes for officially a gain of 29 on that play. 1st and 9 here for the Govs. 1st and goal from the 9, I guess I should say, with 11 minutes left to go here in the ballgame.
They're trying to take a 4-score lead here in this fourth quarter. Handoff for Hunsley, cuts it left side. He'll dive for the end zone. He's in, but there is a flag. And I would say this will probably be coming back. Very limited celebration from the fans and from the players. So I would assume that this will be coming back to being 1st and goal from around the 19-yard line or so.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
During the run, holding 52 of the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still 1st down.
Spencer Olivier gets called for it, the 6'1", 200-pound junior. So it's 1st and goal. We'll back him up to around, believe the 16-yard line, it looks like, where they got him spotted right now. So 1st and goal from the 16. 10:58 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Governors lead it by 21. 28-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. Handoff for Hunsley, going right back up the middle. And Hunsley will pick up a lot of those yards back. He stays on his feet. He's still going. And he's going to be pushed close to the end zone. And he's going to be inside the 5. Somehow he slipped through one guy. And you talk about being pretty slippery for Porter Hunsley. He was able to slip through tacklers and then find his way, get a little extra push from his friends. And he gets inside the 5-yard line to around the 4 or 3. And it's 2nd and goal, and much easier to try and get in the end zone now for the Governors.
Yeah, only 7 carries tonight for Porter Hunsley. John, 76 yards on the ground, averaging over 10 yards a carry, almost 11 yards a carry. Just feed Porter the ball when you get close to the end zone, kind of grind the clock away, and that's probably what the game plan is right now this close to the end zone.
Second and goal from the 4-yard line. Play clock is now getting down to 5 as the snap will be given to Hunsley again. From Deal, getting towards the end zone, he's going to be a yard short. Third and goal from the 1. We mentioned it, the Governor offense rushing-wise, a little bit slow and something they'd have to work on. I said, well, they still have a half football left. Well, now you're up to 120, almost 130 yards rushing in this ball game, and that kind of washes away of anything of, and again, the slow start of rushing was because you didn't have the ball very much to try and get a lot of rushing yards. Third and goal from the 1. 9:25 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Play clock is under 10. Pistol formation. Deal will take it himself. He gets a block from Hunsley. He is going to get into the end zone for another touchdown, and the Governors will lead it 34-7 here in the fourth quarter. And Jaron Deal with 4 touchdown passes now has his first rushing touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, just line up Porter Hunsley to your left, snap right to Deal, and Hunsley essentially becomes your lead blocker on that play. He's able to kind of wash out the defensive ends on the far side of the field. Deal's able to step in between Porter and the tackle on the left side. Touchdown Govs, 34-7 to your point. Templeton's kick is up and good to make it 35-7 Govs with 9:17 to go in the ballgame.
We will step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
You know that feeling when you're exactly where you're meant to be? That's what it feels like to bank at First National Bank Pierre. We're not some big faceless corporation. We're your neighbors. We're the people you see at the grocery store, at the local ball game. We're committed to helping this community grow one person at a time. Need a loan for your new home? Or maybe you're starting that business you've always dreamed of. Our team is here ready to listen and help you find the right financial solution. Because at First National Bank in Pierre, we believe in hometown banking. Visit us at one of our 2 locations in Pierre or our Fort Pierre location. First National Bank, your hometown bank.
So the Pierre Governors now lead at 35-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby and scoreboard. 6-play, 46-yard drive, and a 1-yard touchdown run for Jaron Deal. And the Governors, who have had the ball for just 14 minutes and 47 seconds up to this point, with almost 10 minutes more of time of possession for the T-Titans, but they lead it by 28 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby and scoreboard. This Governor offense has been very efficient throughout this entire ballgame, Blake.
They have. This has been a very, very promising offensive output here from the Govs tonight, John. You know, they really haven't had a whole lot of opportunities as far as number of drives to obtain the football, but they've been able to score 35 points regardless, and that bodes well as they look to put this game to bed and send it to next week.
This will be a kick that is going to be bobbled by the Titans. It'll be picked back up, and there'll be hardly any room to gain. Lucas Randall had it bounce off of his chest, and he was able to pick it up, but he stopped at the 17-yard line. There's a flag that was thrown, and it's spotted at the 24-yard line right now. You would assume that it would be against the T-Titans overall.
I think they're going to get him for a block in the back because there was a Governor that ended up on the ground right where the flag was thrown.
So the referees discuss it, and we will then hear from our official that will most likely back up the Titans.
Holding, number 11 of the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Bo Wordle will be the one that will be called for the hold. And it will back them up. It was returned for just 3 yards before the Seth Shop was able to make the tackle by Lucas Randall. Then the penalty, so it would be first down and 10 from the T9-yard line. They have to go 91 yards right now to try and get this ball game to be back within 3 scores. They're running out of time, and they got a long way to go to try and score right now, down by 28. From the shotgun, Mitch Grant, he'll roll to his right. He did fumble that last possession, throwing it down the field, looking for his man. It's going to be up for a jump ball, and sudden Sunshine had an opportunity for the interception. And will it be a pass interference on the offense because Sunshine was the one that was in front of the intended receiver. And this will be an interesting call. Is it going to be on the offense or is it going to be on Sunshine? Because Sunshine looked like he had more of an opportunity to make that catch.
And that was Sunshine on Wiebinga there. So they were trying to take a shot where the Titans.
Interference against the defense, number 19. That's a 15-yard penalty, resulting in a first down.
And obviously not a fan favorite call, thinking that Sunshine was the one that had the opportunity to make the interception. But it's a 15-yard penalty that does put them now at the 24-yard line. So push them up 15 yards, and they're out of the shot of their own end zone with the clock stopped right now with 9:04 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's a tough call for the Governors there because it looked like both guys were really going for the ball. Did look like Sunshine had position on that, but maybe he bumped him before the ball was in the air. Hard to know without going back and looking at things. But regardless of anything that happens, 1st and 10 for the Titans from their own 24.
Here is the two receivers on the near side, shotgun formation. Grant with all kinds of time. Now it's starting to run out. He'll throw it over the middle, and that's going to be behind Lucas Randall. It'll fall incomplete. And it's now 2nd down and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Schoenhardt was in coverage there on Randall, and that ball was actually thrown behind Randall, and it maybe had an opportunity for a couple of Governors to make an interception, but the ball landed about 5 yards in front of them on the underthrow behind the receiver on that play. So 2nd and 10 for the Titans. Now it's under 9 minutes to go in the ball game, 8:56 officially.
Sully Butte's now down 26-6 to the
Faulkton
area Trojans in the quarterfinals. So Chargers have to make a 20-point comeback, which Faulkton was down by 22 and almost came back in that game early in the season. This throw will be caught here on the near side. The catch made by Caden Monenberger. And it will be 3rd down and medium here for the Titans. Clock continues to run as Schaefer was able to make the tackle inbounds. And it's going to be 4th down and 4 or so here for the Titans, or 3rd down and 4, here for the Titans.
And T area really is not moving very quickly to the football. John, Grant's actually going over to the sideline right now, even though the clock is rolling. They're really kind of going back to methodical as far as their offense goes, but they really don't have the time to do so right now.
Yeah, the season on the line in the playoffs right now is Grant will throw over the middle. That'll be missed. The throw was low. The man in the area was Will Eilers. And it'll be Griffin Wiebinga that was the intended receiver. So Will Eilers kind of gets, he doesn't necessarily get credit for the pass breakup, but he was the guy in coverage. 4th down and 4 from the 30-yard line. They have to get to the 34 with 8:07 to go. And obviously down by 28, you're going to have to go for it. And being in the playoffs right now, you're not going to punt the ball away, but Governors could get really good field position to even have a running clock late in this fourth quarter.
Absolutely. If they're able to stop T right now and put it in the end zone quickly, we would have a running clock the rest of the way.
3 receivers on the far side. Rolling to the right is Grant. The catch is made by Wiebinga. He's got a 1st down. And so T is able to extend the drive, a pickup of 5 yards, make that 6 yards. And it's 1st and 10 from the T 36-yard line.
Yeah, Stosher in on the tackle for the Governors on the catch for Wiebinga. Wiebinga's now got 5 receptions for 61 yards and a touchdown. Good night for him receiving-wise, but might not be enough as the clock continues to wind down now under 8 minutes to go in the ballgame.
2 receivers on each side as they will play action. The throw for Grant over the middle, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. Sunshine got a piece of it, and the Governors, Hudson Stosher, nearly had them make the interception as well for Pierre. And it's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, just a miscommunication there between Grant and his intended receiver on that play. Did get a little bit of a tip there from Sunshine on the play. Thought he might have had a chance to make an interception, but that tip almost allowed Hudson Stosher to make a diving interception of his own, actually. But ball landed right in between them here to the grass at Hollister Field. 2nd and 10 for the Titans from their own 36. 7:32 to go in the ball game.
So 2nd and 10 from the 36. 2 receivers here on the near side. Shotgun formation here for the Titans. Grant will take the snap and drop back to pass. So throw in front and too far in front of his intended receiver in Vilas. And it's now 3rd down and 10. And it's from the 36-yard line. Tees, they got that first down and 2 tough passes in this next series of downs. And they've got a long way to go to the first down marker right now. 3rd and 10 with 7:29 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Got a long ways to go. 3rd and long here for the Titans. They're going to come out in kind of this spread formation that they've been running, 2 receivers to each side of Grant as he is flanked by a running back to his left.
12 of 24 for 98 yards for Mitch Grant. Obvious passing down here, 3rd and 10. Grant will step up in the pocket. He'll roll. He'll throw to a wide open man. Lucas will make the catch. He is driven back by Aiden Beam right at the 50-yard line. And it's a first down. And Lucas Randall's a little slow to get up, but he have the first down out to the 50-yard line. So 1st and 10 now with 7:21 to go here in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10, Titan ball.
And that will move Mitch Grant over 100 yards, as that was a gain of 14 for Randall. 112 yards now passing for Grant on 13 of 25, a touchdown and a interception for Grant.
To 7 different receivers, too.
Yeah, Randall made his first catch of 14 yards, so a lot of guys have caught passes here tonight for a T, but only 112 yards through those 7 guys that have made receptions. This will be a flag that comes in. It'll be a false start against the Titans that will back them up to their own 45-yard line now with 6:54 to go here in the 4th quarter. Remind you that coming up...
Full start, 61 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
I'll remind you that coming up here after we're done tonight, it will be Baltimore and Miami will join that in progress, probably around halftime, after halftime at this point. Baltimore is leading Miami 14-6 in that ball game. But also Tuesday, we will have Pierre Governor Volleyball against Jefferson here on KCCR. It'll be here at home. Final game of the regular season. The Governor Volleyball team needs to win and needs a little bit of help to still make the Sodac 16. But it'll be a 6:30 first serve here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. I wouldn't say assume, but we think that it'll probably be a 7 o'clock kickoff next Friday, regardless of where we're at, as the throw and the catch will be made by Wiebinga out to the far side, as he'll get out of bounds. I believe he got out of bounds, with 6:25 to go, as he'll get to the Governor 44-yard line. And it's 2nd down here for the Titans, and they picked up 11 on that play to Wiebinga. But we think that it'll probably be a 7 o'clock kickoff, whether it in Huron or here in Pierre. We'll have it half an hour before with the pregame show, half an hour before kickoff here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports for that 11AA semifinal matchup. Near side, the throw off the hands of Lucas.
Of Randall,
Make that Lucas Randall. Lucas is his first name, Randall.
It is.
It is going to be 3rd down and 4. Yankton leading Spearfish 12-7. Yankton has the ball in the 4th quarter. They're trying to just finish the game out now with a 12-7 lead. And I won't take any stock into any final scores. Whoever wins, they got a big win.
Yeah.
And whether it was by 5 or by 35, it means nothing to me, at least, going into this next round, that anybody has a better chance of winning because of their first round final score. 2 receivers near side. Mitch Grant drops back to pass. He'll pump fake. Now he'll step up, roll to his left. The flag will come in. Grant will throw back across his body, and it's going to be incomplete as it was behind Griffin Wiebinga. And it'll bring up 4th down unless Coach Steele wants to accept the penalty. Maybe he'll go 3rd and 14 instead of 4th and 4. He's kind of thinking about what he wants to do. It looks like maybe he's going to take that penalty and make it 3rd and 14.
Holding from 25 of the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. 3rd down.
Now we're seeing that's the final score for Yankton and Spearfish at 12-7. So Yankton is going to advance to the next round and to face the winner of Sturgis and Watertown, which are tied right now, and it's still 7-0 Huron and Brookings as they get near the end of the 3rd quarter. Holy moly, 7-0 game between Huron and Brookings. That game might go final before we get done on the air tonight.
Yeah.
That's how fast that game has been moving.
moved quickly.
We thought we maybe would be done about an hour ago, the way the first quarter and a half was going. We were done with the first quarter before it was 6:20. 6:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Third down and 14. Grant pump fake. Now he'll just throw it away. And it's going to be up fourth down and very long here for the Titans. And this pretty much becomes their season right now.
Which will bring up fourth down for the Titans.
Yeah, it really does. And in that Yankton Spearfish game, John, it looked like Spearfish had the ball late in the game and had an opportunity to potentially march down the field, and if they would have scored, they would have won. But I think it was Jackson Kudera, who's listed in the program as number 12. Maybe it was Miles Drotzman. I didn't necessarily get a great look at the number, but one of those two individuals ended up with a game-sealing interception for Yankton, and they were able to run out the clock from there.
4th and 14. Grant steps up in the pocket, nearly got sacked. He's going to be past the line of scrimmage when he throws it down the field. It doesn't matter if Sonnenschein makes his second interception. Regardless, I mean, you can probably accept the penalty and you take an interception away from Sonnenschein, but you'll have better field position as Sonnenschein makes the interception, his second one of the game. And we'll see if he's a little bit slow to get up, though. We hope that maybe he is okay. He is able to get back up to his feet. Okay, it looked like he was very, very slow getting up. And now Coach Steele is talking about if I accept the penalty, is it still fourth down or is it a loss of down? Because that would be, I don't know. Everybody's kind of standing there like the catch was made by Wiebinga.
We have an illegal forward pass against number 8 of the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty from the spot. Also loss of down. First down, Pierre.
It doesn't matter if it was intercepted or not. It's a 5-yard penalty from the spot, and it's a loss of down, so a turnover on downs, and the Governors will get great field position with 5:54 to go here in the fourth quarter. Everybody was up there like Wiebinga had made the catch, and I don't know if anything was officially said by the referee, because at that point it wasn't going to matter anyway, because it was going to be a loss of down. And so it is 1st and 10 for the Governors at the T41-yard line with 5:54 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Jaron Deal, looks like Brecken Furman will be the quarterback now. Okay, Ducheneau will get on the field as well. Governors are trying to get all the right personnel out. Man on late, Jet Brewer. That'd be Colt Brewer. Jet Brewer is out all season, but Colt Brewer is on for the Governors. Brecken Furman, okay, Ducheneau in the backfield. Furman will take the snap. He'll hand off for Ducheneau. He will pick up a yard to the 40, and then maybe gain a 2. And that's the first run for Kea Ducheneau, who came into this ball game with 355 yards, 2 touchdown runs for Ducheneau, who got the first 3 starts of the season with Carter Merrill out, and then started last week as well, with Merrill having that ankle injury that is keeping him out for the rest of his senior season. 2 receivers far side. Governors will take as much time off the clock as they possibly can here with 5:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Play clock is under 10. 35-7 lead for the Governors here in the fourth quarter. Furman, toss play right side for Ducheneau. He's able to pick up another yard or 2 to make it 3rd down and about 7. Maybe a short 7, long 6 here for the Governors.
We'll bring up 3rd and 7.
From the 38-yard line, they have to get to the 31. So 3rd and 7 here for the Govs. As Kea Ducheneau, Brecken Furman, you also have Will Danberg as one of those receivers. Another receiver, Latrell Rodriguez. On the near side as well, I believe it was Jagger Gardner that is here. Yeah, Jagger Gardner in the ball game for the Governors. 3rd down and 7, 4:25 remaining. Toss left side for Ducheneau again. He's going to try and make his way for the first down marker. He's got a first down. Ducheneau will pick up the first down as he gets inside the 30 to around the 28. About a gain of 10 for Ducheneau on that 3rd down run, and the Govs have a new set of downs with just about 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Kea is a capable runner. He's able to pick up a first down off the left side for another Governor first down to move the chains, spot the ball officially at the Titan 28-yard line, setting up 1st and 10, under 4 minutes to go in the ball game now.
1st and 10 from the 28. 3:50 to go. The clock is running. Furman, who will get the snap, and will hand off for Ducheneau again, keeping that clock running. Ducheneau will pick up a yard or two on that first down run. And again, the Governors will play next Friday. Huron and Brookings in Huron right now. They're moved into the fourth quarter. Huron still has a 7-0 lead. If they win, we'll go to Huron next week. If Brookings wins, we'll stay here and have that semifinal game at Hollister Field next Friday night. And so now it's 2nd down and 8, a gain of 2 from Ducheneau. 2 receivers, 1 on each side here for the Governors. Play clock is now under 5. Furman will hand off again for Ducheneau. He's got another burst of speed, and Ducheneau will get inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. Another first down for the Governors, as they'll pick up about another 11 yards, and it's 1st and 10 for the Govs.
Yeah, Kea's running really hard right now, John, and that's exactly what you want to see if you are the Governors. 2:45 to go in the ball game. 1st and 10 again for the Govs at the Titan 15. And if they're able to put this thing in the end zone right now, this will put the game on ice.
In shotgun formation here for Furman. 2:25 to go here in this fourth quarter. Another handoff for Ducheneau. He'll get to nothing that time, maybe to the 13-yard line, another gain of 2. And it's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Governors. Well, stay tuned. We got the post-game show that will come up before we get to Thursday night NFL football here on KCCR. Ravens and Dolphins will be the matchup that will be coming up. Probably be the second half when we get to it. But we'll have it for you here on KCCR. And as we have the NFL, we'll have more games on Sunday and into Monday for the NFL here on KCCR. 1:45 remaining. It was a gain of 1 for Ducheneau. He picked up 20 yards in that latest run. Now another handoff again, right up the middle, trying to get inside to the 10 to around the 5-yard line, looking to try and get another first down. It'll be 3rd down here for the Govs, but only 90 seconds to go. So depending on when you get this snap off, this could be the final play of the ball game. 3rd down and 2 from around the 5-yard line. Ducheneau has run for over 20 yards on the couple carries that he has had, and closer up to 40 yards now with the carries that he has had. 3rd down and 2 from the 5, 1:05 remaining. Taking the play clock under 5 seconds. We'll hand it off again to Ducheneau. He's trying to fight and get to a first down. I think he's going to be close to that first down marker. 48 seconds to go. It'll be 4th down and 1 more play left to go in this ball game. And then we will get you to the post-game show. And the Governors will be moving on to the 11AA semifinals next week against the winner of Huron and Brookings. We'll talk to our players of the game. We'll talk with head coach Steve Steele as well. Governors with nearly 500 yards of offense tonight, 475 yards as it stands right now. Down to the last 10 seconds. Furman, it'll be a keeper for Furman as he will get in the end zone. He fumbled the football and he will try and dive on it. He is in for a touchdown. Bracken Furman fumbles it into the end zone. He picks it back up. He scores a touchdown to make it 41-7 with 6 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. On 4th down and 1, Furman carries it in from 4 yards out. And there's your first varsity touchdown for Bracken Furman.
How cool is that? What a way to get your first varsity touchdown on a 4th and 1 play where they basically say, you're going to be the guy to get us at least a yard, and Brecken's able to get that yard plus more than that. He actually crossed the goal line, and they did rule that he lost the ball before he crossed the plane, but he's able to fall back on top of it for a touchdown. 6 seconds left to go, 41-7 officially right now in favor of Pierre. And the kick from Templeton actually was not Templeton, it was number 82 in Nils Lipka. Yeah, Nils Lipka was the kicker on that play. That kick goes basically right into the line, and so it'll end up being a 41-7 final unless he's able to take this kick all the way back.
Yeah, and it doesn't start the running clock either. It
Right.
ends up being a 34 point.
Exactly.
I don't know if they would have ran it anyway prior to the kickoff, but they will kick one away, and that will pretty much wrap it up here. So again, stay tuned. We've got the post-game show. We'll talk to our players of the game. We'll also talk with head coach Steve Steele and start to get you set for the 11AA semifinals. With Yankton already winning, the number 1 seed is advanced. The number 3 seed will advance. Sturgis and Watertown, Huron and Brookings are still playing. It's a 7-0 lead for Huron. Looks like they're driving with under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So they started an hour later than us. We had the quickest first quarter that I think I've ever been a part of in football, and yet they start an hour later, and they're pretty much about to finish. They're going to probably finish before we get off the air here tonight. And we'll know for sure who is going where, whether it's Governors going to Huron or the Bobcats coming into Pierre. But Huron looks like they're going to try and take a 2-score lead to try and wrap up that ball game. 6 seconds to go. Carter Templeton will kick this one away for the Governors. And again, as I mentioned, stay tuned for the post-game show. We'll have also final scores that will be available across the state coming up on kccrradio.com as we are down to the final couple of plays. This one was kicked right off of one of the T-Titans up men and would have to be covered up. It was covered up by number 75 and Dawson Bunkowski. And it's going to be 3 seconds to go. And will T just take a knee and secede the game to the Governors, or what they might try and run here offensively to wrap up this ball game?
And they're bringing everybody out as far as their first-team offense, so I'm guessing they're probably going to try. I mean, this is kind of a pride thing right now for T. They want to end their season on as high a note as possible. My guess is they might try and just throw it as far as you can to the end zone, but they're lining up in the wing T.
So from under center, it'll be Dashel Lowry that will hand the ball off, and out to the far side. That one last play went to Zachary Webb, and that will retire the ball game. 41-7, the Governors win it over the T-Titans. They advance the 11AA state semifinals. We come back in 3 minutes with the post-game show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is your roof ready for the next South Dakota storm? Don't wait till it's too late. For over 25 years, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction has been serving Central South Dakota with quality roofing and construction. He has now added gutters. We offer dependable service, guaranteed workmanship, and no unnecessary flash or fuss. Just reliable protection for your home. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction. Experience you can trust. Call today, 605-280-8133. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, serving Central South Dakota for over 25 years.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
It's just something about the smell of coffee and caramel rolls in the morning. Every time we go into the Branding Iron Bistro, I remember why it's our go-to. It's not just a meal, it's an experience. The food is always fantastic. It's the best breakfast and lunch in town. And the atmosphere, warm, friendly, and always welcoming. Your next favorite breakfast and lunch are waiting. Taste the tradition. Find your table at the Branding Iron Bistro. The Branding Iron Bistro. Quality branded right.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in South Dakota who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play. And you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As we welcome you back into the post-game show, we've got an update from Wyatt Britchka here as we start our post-game show.
John, one final update for you is we do have some finals in 11 AA. Yankton defeated Spearfish 12-7. Spearfish had a 4th and 5 in the final drive of the game. They would throw an interception to seal the deal for the Yankton Bucks. Sturgis, Brown, and Watertown are tied at 14 apiece with 3 minutes left to go in the third. And with 9 minutes to go left in the fourth, Huron defeating Brookings right now 7-0 in that contest. In 9B action, it was Coleman Egan defeating Harriet Selby area 24-14. Fulton area is up over the Sully Butte Chargers 26-6 to start the second half. And Avon is leading Sioux Falls Lutheran 38-22. In 9-man football, Wall is up on Castlewood 35-0. Phillip over Eswich 14-6. Warner is trailing to number 7 seed Howard 28-7. That might be the biggest surprise of the day so far in that one. Those are all the local sports updates. John, back to you, and Blake, have a good evening.
Thank you, Wyatt, for that, for the post-game updates. As we start our conversations with our players of the game, we start with Carter Shufflebine first. Carter, a monster game again. 7 catches, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. You pick up an 85-yard touchdown reception as well. Take us a little bit through those 2 touchdown throws where you're you're running underneath the football and just sprinting down the field. What's the feeling like doing that?
Man coverage. Jaron played a very well game tonight. He was throwing the ball great, throwing it around, seeing the field very well, and just basic stuff, just beating the man, and then the throw, the catch, just all comes together, and that's the outcome.
Carter, obviously a big-time special night for you, and obviously, special season just overall in general. You're really, over the next few games, have an opportunity individually to break a couple of really important records in the Governor record book. How fun has this season been for you overall on the receiving side of things? Not only, as many times as you've been able to touch the ball, but as many yards as you've been able to chew up for this offense.
It's awesome to have a breakout season, and but I mean, can't let that get in your head. Just got to keep playing football, keep scoring touchdowns, keep winning games, and you'll let it all play out in the end when we win the Dome.
You guys were only up 14-0 at halftime because you only had the ball 3 times in that first half. Was it ever frustrating that it was only 3 times that you had the football, or was it, was that even a thought that went through your guys' mind that just because of the way T ran their offense in the first quarter and how things just played out, you guys only had the ball 3 times? Was it at all frustrating, or was it still just, hey, we're going to keep going down and scoring as much as we can?
I mean, T did a good job controlling the football. They had some good drives in the first half, but our defense stepped up, stopped them. And, I mean, it was kind of frustrating only to have 3 possessions, and especially only coming out on top with 2 of them. But I feel like that makes it even more important to march down the field and put a good drive together and score the football.
Yeah, this obviously it's a statement win for you guys, Carter. You guys had almost just 5 yards short of 500 yards total offense tonight. Officially 324 through the air, 171 on the ground. How important is that balance, the run and the pass? When you guys are able to kind of marry those two together, how effective can this offense be when you're able to be as effective as you are?
I mean, if we can put it together on the ground and in the air, I mean, it just makes the offense so much better. If only one of the two is clicking, it makes it a lot harder to keep marching down the field and scoring. But especially when they're both clicking, it makes it very easy and just putting a bunch of yards together and putting a good game together.
Do you know how close you are to breaking some school records for a single season? Was that even on your radar going into this game?
I'm not really sure about any of the records. I haven't looked into them, but I was hoping to break the 1,000-yard mark tonight. That was kind of a big goal for me all season, and I'm happy I could get that done. And yeah, I mean, we just got to keep putting games together, keep scoring the football, and we'll be good.
Well, and you're a couple catches away from breaking his younger brother's record in single-season receptions, and a couple yards away, about 100 yards away from breaking the school record for a single season in receiving-wise. Just to let you know. But next week looks like, well, it doesn't necessarily look like all the way yet. Closing in on Huron maybe being the team that you'll play, but being on the road against Huron or being home against Brookings, obviously you'll take whoever you'd love to play at home. But what do you expect from next week against whoever you play?
I'm honestly very excited. Hopefully we can go back down to Huron. We obviously lost down there first game of the season, so it'd really be nice to go back into their house and show them how we can play football and really get back on those boys. So that'd be nice.
Well, congratulations on the win, and regardless if you're on the road or at home, we'll see you next Friday.
Thank you.
We'll hand things over to Cooper Twilliger, who also had a touchdown reception. He caught 2 passes for 66 yards. He had the first touchdown catch and for 48 yards. This obviously you're playing both sides of the football, both offensively and defensively. Were you feeling gassed at the end of that first drive? I mean, granted, you didn't allow them to score, but were you feeling a little bit gassed that it took that long, or was it still pretty fresh because they took their time offensively? How did you feel going into that first offensive possession for the Governors?
Magic does a good job of rotating in, and we have D-line guys that can get the job done across the board. So there's no reason for him to overplay any of us. And so I wasn't, too out of shape tonight.
What was that play for you guys to score that touchdown that you made the catch?
Steele did a great job of pulling the safety down with emotion and moving the defense around to open up the middle of the field. And we had great pass protection, and Jaron made the right read and the right throw, and everything fell together in place for a touchdown.
Yeah, Coop, you've had a fantastic year overall, playing offensively, defensively. Had a couple of pass breakups tonight on the quarterback. Obviously, that was a big piece of the game tonight for you guys, was making sure that he stayed in the pocket and wasn't able to beat you with his legs for the most part, obviously forcing him to run between the tackles. But if of all the things that you're able to do on the field, whether it's, we talked about it too, you had a couple of really nice blocks that I think end up being holds or being called for holds. Is that just a deal where you're out physicaling people, or is it a deal where you do get a little bit maybe over aggressive and maybe a little bit too handsy?
I take a lot of pride in my run blocking, and so does our offensive line. That's the biggest key for us. And some of those holds we might have been too physical, or we might have had a hand on them a little, a second longer than we needed to. And that's what those outside runs. They can kind of they can be iffy. So I think it's kind of tough that way, but something we could definitely clean up.
And then something also to kind of piggyback off of that, how much pride do you take as a tight end on your run blocking on top of the ability to be a receiving threat? Like, if you had to pick one maybe more important than the other, or how important are they both?
I think I take the most pride in my run blocking because as a run first offense that we play in, that's an important aspect for our tight end, and that's what Pierre tight ends have been asked to do in the past with all the tight ends that we've had. So obviously the run blocking turns into the pass game. So that's just kind of what it is.
Again, you're going to take whoever you face. You love to be here. You love to go to Huron and face the Tigers as well. What do you expect next week, Friday in the semifinals?
I think the biggest thing is for us to go back to the drawing boards, go back to us, put a great week to practice together, and control the things that we can control, offensively and defensively, and as a team. And then, I'll take us against anybody after a full week of preparation, and it really doesn't matter who we play.
Well, enjoy the extended weekend of. Go ahead.
Oh, I just had one more. So tonight, Coop is the fourth straight game where this offense, going back to the offensive side, has scored over 40 points. Obviously, huge as far as building momentum, especially at the end of the year, the playoffs. How does that continue? How do you continue to keep that rolling into the semifinal?
It's been great that we've had successful offensive production in multiple different ways. We're multi-dimensional offense that is tough on defense, and we're able to teams obviously can't key in on certain aspects of our offense because they got to play a broad defense considering of all the weapons and all the things that we can do. So the most important thing is just to just keep grinding away and put together a good week and play a clean game on offense on Friday, and that's kind of the only thing that we can control.
Coop, congratulations on the win. We'll see you next Friday, wherever it may be.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
That is Cooper Twilliger. We'll toss things over to Jaron Deal, who threw for 324 yards, ran for another 52 yards, had 4 touchdown passes, another touchdown run. Your first full start as the quarterback, not necessarily take us through the whole game, but how comfortable was it? I mean, you look super comfortable. You made some fantastic passes under pressure. You made some fantastic throws, leading shuffle by, leading Twilliger. How comfortable were you in the pocket and around the pocket tonight?
I was very comfortable going through practice during the week, just getting reps in with everyone, and I just felt really comfortable.
Jaron, this is a game where you've had a couple of really, really good games since you've kind of taken over as quarterback here at the end of the year. In terms of this offense, how explosive can you be with the run blocking that you have in front of you offensively, and obviously inserting Porter back there running the football tonight too? That's a huge boost to your ground game. But how nice is it for you as the quarterback to have not only the line in front of you and a guy either standing to either side of you or behind you in Porter, but then just the amount of weapons that you guys have on the perimeter?
Yeah, it's great having all those receivers. We have great receivers. If we ever need a pass, always look to them. But then, Porter's a great back. Puts his head down and gets the yards we need in short distance.
Governors win 41-7 here. You guys will go to Huron next week. Brookings fumbled the ball at the 2-yard line, and Huron was able to pick it up. Yeah, they're about to go and score. Huron just picked it up, and so outside of something crazy happening, looking like it's going to be Huron next week. But this offense, being able to only have 3 possessions in the first half, and what was it again? I talked to Carter about that. Was it frustrating to only have 3 possessions, or was it something that you just couldn't really control too much, that the defense was still getting stops? What was it on the offensive side, knowing that you only got 3 possessions that first half?
Yeah, well, we knew we weren't going to get a ton of possessions because they're run-heavy offense, so we knew that time was going to tick off, but we just had to make every drive count when we got the ball on offense.
Jaron, this is an opportunity for you guys now, assuming that nothing crazy happens the rest of the way in the Huron Brookings game, for you guys to kind of avenge a loss that you had earlier in the season against Huron. What do you take from tonight? Obviously, a lot of positive momentum that's being built so far in tonight and really over the last 4 weeks. How do you continue to build on that as you guys move to the semifinal next week on the road?
I'll just keep doing what we're doing in practice, keep doing all the little things right. Just keep making plays, keep rolling, and we'll come out on top.
Well, hey, Jaron, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next Friday down in Huron.
Thank you.
That is Jaron Deal. The Tigers have the ball with about a couple seconds left right now. What I am watching right now, that Huron has the football. What's that?
Nope,
it's the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, under a minute to go.
Sun and Shine is now the next guy. Coach Steele is not even on the microphone trying to talk to us right now. But Sutton, you have an interception. Did you make that other interception? Was it kind of frustrating that you didn't get the credit for the interception?
Yeah, well, I had control of that one, but at the end of the day, that one comes down to Steele. Gives us better field position. I mean, I don't blame him.
It's great that Coach Steele is here, so you can actually give him a chance to kind of talk a little bit trash with him being right here. But take us through the interception that you had. The ball is tipped up in the air. You're able to come away with it. What was going through that play?
Really, I just saw a ball in the air. Just all I had to do was just make a play on the ball, and that's really all it came down to is just me making them play.
Sutton, you guys have really, really played fantastic defensively over the last 4 weeks. Obviously, probably the exception to that being the game where you guys, had, and where Spearfish had 28 on you, and really they had short field. They had a pick 6 on one, so then short field on another. So really, your defense has been fantastic over the course of the last 4 weeks, really against pretty quality competition, 3 playoff teams so far. What's been the switch that's flipped over the last 4 weeks for you guys?
I'd say the switch is that we go out here every day. We just play for each other, do our jobs, and we have the most confidence. I mean, we got Magic. He's in the film room 24/7. He's seeing everything left and right, and the coaches put us in the right spot, and we just make the plays.
Do you ever feel gassed at all at the first drive of the ball game? Obviously, it's first drive of the ball game, so it probably doesn't feel like you would be gassed. But it took 8.5 minutes for you guys to stop them on downs. Did it ever feel really long to her, or did it was just kind of part of the game plan of knowing that they were probably going to have a long drive here and there tonight?
Yeah, we knew they were going to run wing T. It was going to be a long one. Just had to keep doing our job, but it didn't really feel that terrible. Just next play by next play.
7-2 is the final score. Huron took a safety to run out the clock to get the win because they had the ball back to their end zone. So you go to Huron next Friday. What do you expect from the Tigers going into the 11AA semifinal?
They got a great running back, great quarterback. They got athletes all around the ball. We just got to limit their athletes and limit their good keys where they're at, and we'll be just fine.
Well, Sutton, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next Friday down in Huron.
Thank you.
We go to Aiden Beam, who had a touchdown reception as he made one catch, 18 yards, touchdown reception. Take us through that touchdown, Aiden.
Coach called go down the middle for me because he knew the safeties were going to bite on the outside, and that Jaron just put the ball through the needle and got it to the touchdown. So.
Yeah, defensively tonight too, Aiden. You had 4 tackles, pass breakup officially via our statistics here. Playing both ways, you've done a little bit of that this year in the regular season. A little bit of an expanded role now that the postseason started. How much fun is it to be able to play both ways, and how do you feel playing both ways when you're on the field that much?
I really like playing both ways. Gets me on the field more. I love being on the field. Defense is fun, but offense can be fun too. So just both ways, I just love it.
You obviously have been very good defensively, but do you feel even more engaged being able to be on both sides of the football?
Yeah, it gives me a chance of showing what I can do on offense too, and defense I've done decent this year. I got to keep building. I got to keep going, and yeah.
He's a hockey guy too. He plays a lot of ice time for the Capitals.
There you go.
That's a big thing too for Aiden Beam. You get here on next Friday. What do you expect from them going into that semifinal?
Last time I think they did those 2 go balls, and I'm thinking they're gonna do that again. Try to beat us on the go, and just heavy run. That's what they did last time. So I'm expecting that.
Yeah, Aiden, you guys ran a lot of 2 tight sets with both you and Cooper tonight. Is that something that, obviously you don't want to give anything away, but is that something that you guys will look to build upon and maybe run as much of, going down the stretch here out of those 2 tight sets?
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask my coach.
I was gonna say that's probably not your call, but
yeah.
maybe make a plea to do so because he's within earshot.
Yeah.
That would be a yes, coach. We want to run more 2 tight end sets.
Aiden, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next Friday in here.
Thank you.
That is Aiden Beam as the Governors win it 41-7 here tonight over the T-Titans. We'll pass the microphone now to the head coach and Steve Steele. We'll talk about Huron in just a little bit, but your thoughts here on the win for the Governors 41-7 over T.
Yeah, a very, very complete game again. Excited to see all three phases click in. A little hairy on the start there, but defense, phenomenal job finding a way to get out of that first drive without giving up points. And then, I think a lot of credit for team. I mean, they had some really good football players on that side or on that team.
Before you ask your question, Blake, I want to have you had a call where it was the intentional kicking on a kickoff? Have you seen that call before?
No,
I was going to say
I'd never
something
seen
new.
that before, and honestly, a lot of credit to that ref. I mean, it was a good call. I mean, we had our guys upstairs. At first, we were all just like, "What?" But then they look back at it and they're like, "Yeah, he did." So I mean, it was a good call, and it's a gutsy call. I mean, that's not an easy thing to be able to. I mean, because again, it's so. Everybody
very
in there was just like, "What?"
Yeah,
So I mean, really good job by that official, being confident in his call, making it, and it was the right one.
And that was something we talked about too tonight, Coach, was that I thought for the most part on both sides it was a pretty well officiated game on both sides of the ball. But going back to the game in general, that first drive that T puts together, I think it was close to 20 plays had to be. And you guys end up stuffing them at about between the 15 and the 20, and then you're able to get in the end zone 6 plays later. Kind of the contrasting styles of the two teams for the most part tonight. Obviously, T being very, very run heavy, trying to pick up 3-4 yards of play, whereas you guys, kind of live for the explosives, and you're obviously connected on quite a few of them tonight. What does that say between the two styles of the teams, and how stressful was it to be able to, or maybe not really that stressful, but how different was it for you as a play caller to have your first drive of the game not really be till about 3 minutes left in the first quarter?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it over the years. It's not it adds a lot more pressure to every drive just because you don't know how many you're going to get. We had 3 in the first half. I think we had probably 5 the second half, I'm guessing, just because they had to play the pace a little bit more. So it adds a little bit more pressure to those. I said again, we felt we probably had 5 plays dialed up that we felt really good about hitting explosives on, and so it was kind of that first drive we wanted to make sure we got the defense off the field for a little bit, and then right before the end of the first quarter there was when we wanted to try and do it with the wind. It was wind was a little heavier then. That was the main reason we kicked the ball to start the game. You got to give a lot of credit to the kids. They knew the ones that we were going to look at some point in the game, and you get one shot at most of them, and I think 3 of them hit, and maybe 3 of them hit. So. That's the goal. 3 touchdowns is good.
Yeah, Jaron Deal throws for 324 yards. You guys run for 171 overall. He throws 4 touchdowns. Carter Shuffleby's got 168 yards on 7 catches. He's closing in on passing Bradley Dean for receptions in a single season and passing Jack Merkwan for yards in a single season, and could easily do that next week. Just by if he does the exact same thing next week, he'll pass both of those guys. But for him and the speed that he has and the opportunity to make a catch on a screen pass or go out on a go ball and Jaron Deal hit him in stride twice for 2 long touchdown runs, those connections, and for him to be able to be utilized almost as a runner on a screen pass, but also just in general, he can fly down the field faster than pretty much anybody else. How much fun is it to have a receiver like that? And that's not even just your only receiver. You got about 4 or 5 other guys that can do close to the similar things. But how fun is it to have someone like that?
Yeah, he's definitely a jack of all trades out there, and especially losing Carter Merrill. He's a guy that you kind of have to give him touches because you just don't. He could take any touch and take it the distance. So, he's a guy you've got to find a way to get him the ball. Somewhere in that 8 to 10 a game, you just have to. Sometimes they're deep shots, sometimes they're short ones, and he turns them into deep ones. So, but yeah, he's just electric. He really pops out there with his speed and his acceleration. And like I said, he's been a really fun football player to see work.
And Coach, to your point, this is a fantastic game for you on both sides of the ball. There's obviously always room for improvement. The one thing that sticks out to me was, end of the first half where you didn't have a whole lot of time. You guys get really close to the end zone, and a couple of penalties kind of push you back behind the sticks and force you to, take that. They ended up taking that play, that 24-yard play that ends up running out the clock. So even though you guys hang another 41 points on the board, there's always room for improvement, but that's definitely a drive necessarily that sticks out to me. Obviously, you guys had probably like 90 seconds to move 60, 70 yards anyway, but obviously always room for improvement as you guys move into the semifinal next week.
Yeah, and, that was just, we're happy that it didn't matter.
Right,
you know, because, again, initially our thoughts, well, we got all our timeouts. If we end up kicking a field goal, it still makes it a 3-possession game. No harm, no foul if we don't score. But back-to-back holding penalties will get you. So then it just changed a little bit quicker than you'd hoped. And, like I said, I'm happy our guys did a good job responding in the second half, making sure that didn't matter.
All right, so we'll move into next week here real quick. Huron is your opponent on the road in the semifinal game, a 7-2 win for Brookings. Obviously, that tells you it was a low-scoring game, not a lot of offense, because and Huron takes a safety at the very end just to run out the clock so they don't do anything that would jeopardize the lead. But how much do you take from a Week 2 game against Huron? Do you take any of that film at all, or is it something that is pretty much washed away at this point and you really focus on what the Governors have done lately and what Huron is doing and not what they did against each other in Week 2?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna watch it a lot, but not so much for the planning aspect. Just from, that game hurt. That was a very tough loss for the guys, and I think there's probably a lot of guys in there that are excited that we get a chance to go try and redeem ourselves. So I think we'll watch some of it from that end. But just like us, you're going to watch what we've done lately a lot more than what we did in Week 2. So, we'll watch some of it. We'll see some of it, but ultimately we're going to watch our last few games more.
And then you also get, being a Thursday night, you play next week Friday. What's the weekend look like for the guys to be able to get film in, get some rest in? What's kind of the plan for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and going into Monday next week?
Yeah, we'll have film in the morning again tomorrow, just like we'll kind of replicate what we did last week. So we'll do all of our work before school. Then after school, they can, go and be kids for the weekend. We ask they watch some film on their own on the weekend, and coaches are kind of blasting them stuff as we get our stuff done. And then we'll get back at it Monday morning with it'll feel like a long week of practice, just with a bonus day. But we'll get back after it Monday.
Well, to your point, Coach, your guys, when we figured out that Huron was the opponent and you guys would be going on the road, I think we still had 2 or 3 kids up here, and they were. Few of them were like banging on the table, like, let's go. I think not that you really needed any intrinsic motivation from the guys, but I think quite a few of them are fired up to be able to go on the road and kind of avenge that Week 2 loss.
Amen.
There you go. Okay, congratulations on the win, and we'll talk to you Wednesday in Coach's Corner.
Thanks, guys.
That is head coach Steve Steele, the victorious Governors, as it is 41-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. We had mentioned a little bit of the final score, the final tally for the Governors. 324 yards of passing for Jaron Deal, 4 touchdowns. He ran for another 52 yards and a touchdown. Porter Hunsley had 78 yards on 8 carries. Brecken Furman had a 5-yard carry and a touchdown run. Kea Ducheneau had 36 yards on 8 carries as well. Carter Schuffelbein, 168 yards on 7 catches for 2 touchdowns. He is just what ended up being 4 catches away from tying Bradley Dean, 1 catch away from passing Bradley for the most receptions in a regular season or during a single season, and then about 130 some yards away from getting into passing Jack Merquan for the yards for a season for the Governors as well. Cooper Twilliger had 2 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. Aiden Beam with a touchdown catch of 18 yards. Hudson Stosher had 3 catches for 72 yards for the Governors. So only 4 guys made catches in the ball game for Pierre, but they got 324 yards of passing, 495 yards of offense to 289 in favor over the T-Area Titans. So you're listening to KCCR Pierre, Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Blake, I'll ask you final thoughts on this win for the Governors, who will be taking on the Huron Tigers next week Friday.
Yeah, I don't want to say business as usual, John, but that's really kind of what it ended up being tonight, because over the last 3-4 weeks of the season, the Govs have really kind of flipped the script and kind of turned the page from, not that really they were playing, necessarily poorly to end the regular season, but or in the middle of the regular season, because they had, after the O'Gorman loss, they all 3 of their losses have been 1-score games. 1 to Yankton, 35-28, 1 to O'Gorman, 27-23, and then obviously Week 2 to Huron, 13-7. But after that O'Gorman loss, it was a 3-3 record, and you're thinking, this season could go either way at this point. If they're able to, kind of bounce back, they're able to put things together at the right time, they'd be, doing really well. or they could put their tail between their legs and, be upset that their record was 3-3 and, kind of mail in the season. But that is not the way that Coach Steve Steele runs this Governor program. And they've been able to score 44, 45, 49, and 41 points over their last 4 games and hold opponents to 0, 28, 0, and 7 points respectively. So just an absolute flip of the switch after the O'Gorman loss in the middle of the season. And Pierre has absolutely taken it week by week, and after the change at quarterback after Lounsbury gets hurt, Jaron Deal kind of steps in and provides a spark to this offense, both with his arm and with his legs, that has really, really been a shot in the arm for this team after they lose Merrill, they lose Lounsbury. And now you have 2 sophomores back there in Lounsbury and Hunsley who are just absolute go-getters in the backfield for the Govs. Obviously, we talked about the receiving core that they have, led by Terwilliger and Scheffelbein. Scheffelbein having a fantastic season statistically, and he just continued to add to it tonight. 7 catches for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. But this is a team that is really clicking on all cylinders, not only offensively, but defensively. They're holding teams to under 7 points for 3 of the 4 games, 7 points or less for 3 of those 4 games. Obviously, the exception being that Spearfish game when Spearfish put up 28, but one of them was a pick 6, so that wasn't necessarily a defensive touchdown. The other time they had a short field on an interception. So, really this defense has also flipped the switch, and even when they have bent, they have not broken, as evidenced by that first drive of the ball game where T8 up 8 minutes of game time, and they didn't score. And that was what led to a touchdown for Pierre. 3 drives for Pierre in that first half, 14-0. They didn't allow T to score in the first half. T did score in the second half on a big pass play from Mitch Grant to Griffin Wiebinga, but that was their only score of the ball game. Pierre defense was fantastic. Otherwise, and offensively, they didn't have very many drives, to your point, but they end up with scoring points in every single quarter of play tonight, ending with a 41-7 victory in favor of the green and white. And they're able to take this momentum and bring it to Huron next week to avenge a week 2 loss that, like Coach Steele talked about, really kind of stung for this team and is kind of stuck in their craw all season. And now they get to go on the road and avenge that for a chance to go back to the Dakota Dome for a 9th straight year.
Well, it's the only time that you like to go to the Dakota Dome.
Correct.
Maybe next week Saturday too, whenever SDSU is playing USD.
Correct.
Otherwise, you don't care to go to the Dakota Dome.
Not really, unless Pierre or SDSU is playing. It's not on my bucket list.
Well, Pierre and Huron is the only game set for 11 double in the semifinals. Sturgis has the ball with tied 21-21 late in that 4th quarter. That could go to overtime. They would face Yankton in Yankton next week. Whoever wins that game. Lincoln beat Central in 11 AAA. Harrisburg over O'Gorman 17-3. Brandon Valley beat Sioux Falls Roosevelt 41-14. Jefferson over Washington 42-12 in 11 AAA. 11A, Lennox beat Tri-Valley 49-22. West Central over Madison 22-20. Right now, late in the 4th quarter, West Central is trying to hold on. And, of course, Coach Thorson is the head coach over at West Central, trying to get his first ever playoff win with the West Central team. Sioux Falls Christian beat Rapid City Christian 54-0, and Del Rapids over Millbank 35-13 in the 4th quarter. St. Thomas More beats Mount Vernon Plagenton 11B 31-8. Elk Point Jefferson over Sioux Valley 49-14. Clark Willow Lake did knock off Winter 30-12 in that 11B semifinal, and Dual is beating Wagner 20-12, but Wagner does have the ball late in that 4th quarter. 9AA, Elkton Lake Bend beat Hanson 44-15. Parkston over Bonham 36-7. Freeman Marion Freeman Academy beat Kimmel White Lake 52-0. Hamlin over Hill City 40-7 as they are just into the 4th quarter of that contest. In 9A, Phillip beat Ipswich 14-6 tonight, so Phillip will face Wall, who beat Castlewood 41-0. Alcester Hudson's trying to hold on and beat Platte Geddes 24-20, and Howard is leading Warner 28-21 late in the 4th quarter, and they have the football. Sully Buttes is down 32-6 in the 4th quarter on Country 95.3. You can head over for that final finale once we're done here. Del Rapids St. Mary is facing the winner of that game, who won 56-6. Coleman Egan won at home over Harriet Selby area 24-14, and Avon will be looking like they're going to advance. They're up by 32 right now over Sioux Falls Lutheran. So Avon and Coleman Egan will meet in the 9B semifinal next week, Friday. We'll have all the final scores, and, of course, All Nations will be coming up tomorrow. They will play their state championships for All Nations A and All Nations B will be next week, Friday, at the Dakota Dome. But we'll have final scores coming up on KCCRradio.com, as that will wrap things up for us here this evening. We will send things out to Baltimore and Miami here in just a moment. 41-7 final score for the Pierre Governors over the T Titans here tonight. I want to say thanks to Jen Brazilius back at the station, Pete Roberts, who gave us stats here this evening as well.
Yeah, thank you, Pete.
Yeah, that was a fantastic. I wish we could have him. We need him to move to Pierre so he could do stats every game for us.
He does such a good job.
That was awesome stuff. But thanks to Pete and thanks to Blake Dean, John Wickler here signing off. It is a 41-7 win for the Pierre Governors over the T Area Titans, as we say so long from Hollister Field.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor playoff action on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Beck Motors, Branding Iron, Karsten Erickson Roofing, Ferding Electric, River Bottom Sanitation, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Faith Lutheran Church, Kruger Climate Systems, First National Bank, and Wagner Auto. Join us throughout the playoffs here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of